Hello and welcome to BierTier, the German engineer. Yes, we are finally back after a week break that was really not necessary, but here we are back live again, and we are slowly but steadily gonna get back into the groove, that is for sure. But yes, today, last minute change of plans. I wanted to play FTL, but FTL doesn't want to play ball. FTL just keeps on minimizing. So instead, we are going to take a look at Frostpunk right here. And by the way, this is also going to be pretty much a test stream, just to make sure that everything's working the way it should, because quite a lot has changed lately in my life. Therefore, this entire setup here is completely brand spanking new, and yeah, we will see if it works out the way it is supposed to be. So I would say, let's take a look what we did here last time, because truth be told, I have not the slightest idea. Yeah. Let's check out the Frostlands, because I believe we made it to the old Dreadnought, yes, and we are actually getting oil in. Which is, of course, a good thing, I assume. But we also need to transfer a total of 75 over there, and we most definitely don't have 75 right now. So we definitely need to find us some more oil somewhere over here. Let's check out the icebreaker. Looks like we have some oil, well, basically everywhere. That is a good thing. That is definitely a good thing. We also are getting sheltered from the wind down here on the bottom. That is certainly something we should try to pursue. Alright, let's see. Did we already icebreak this here? No, we didn't. So let's make our way all the way over here, so we can then make our way down here and put in some more buildings. That is definitely a good idea, because we definitely need more people in this area right here. And how are we doing over in New London? Looks like somebody's complaining about something. What do we have? Isolated children. Supported quarantine. Steward. There are complaints about our quarantine policy. Forced separation from loved ones is difficult for all when they have to go into quarantine. It's especially hard for parents whose children are quarantined alone. One such mother comes to the quarantine facility every day asking to be allowed in to take care of her son. He's deadly afraid of being alone. He can't cope without me, she pleads. Should we allow healthy parents into the facility with their sick children? Supported quarantine marginally decreases the percentage of active workers. Don't really care. Down here on the bottom, we have quarantine for the sick. There can be no exception. How are we with the pilgrims? I honestly don't know. Truth is, don't care. Don't need more sick people. That's for sure. This game looks cool. Get it? Cool? Good job, Jez. Good job. Beautiful dad joke there, sir. Beautiful. Well, let's see. Over here, I think we are pretty decent over here. We are not doing too shabby, honestly. I mean, our relations apparently with the pilgrims are not too good. Screw him. Who cares? We are just fine with the stalwarts. We're just fine with the New Londoners. And even over here on the left side, the Frostlanders are pretty happy about it. And Chaz is here for 12 months. That's right. We done travel around the sun together. We sure as hell have, Jez. We sure as hell have, haven't we? Truly appreciate that, Jez. Let's see what else we have here. The longing of a little heart. You rejected the plea of healthy parents to accompany the sick children into quarantine. We sure as hell did. And I really don't care too much. That is fine with me. Alright. Back to the old Dreadnought. And let's see if we can make this path here a tiny little bit longer. We're going to come all the way over here, that's for sure. And then we're going to make our way down there. Yes, and get into this sheltered area right here. That is how that should be. Let's check this here out. The frost breaking is commencing, and once it's done, we're gonna frost break immediately again. So yeah. Come on. Let's speed this here up a tiny notch. That's better. A hell of a lot better, as a matter of fact. And there is Krivak with the 33 months. Had to show off their Krivak, didn't you, huh? But definitely appreciate it, and you most definitely know that. 33 months. One of the absolute OGs to the channel. I can barely believe it myself. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Alright, let's break through there and then let's plop in some houses here. That's probably a good idea. A living district down here on the bottom should definitely help us out. Let's see, housing. Yeah, there we go. And all this here is properly sheltered from the wind. Let's make it nice and big. There we go. Plop it in and get us some more workers in while we're at it. And we're gonna keep on frost breaking all the way over here to this oil. And eventually we're gonna make our way up here to the top as well. That sounds at least reasonable in my head. But we definitely want all this nice sheltered area down here. That will come in handy in the long run for sure. Not the cheapest thing to do to frost break so much at once, but if it has to happen, it has to happen. Alright, how are we doing over here? Of course, more complaints. What do we have? Abigail Green is here, a scout 29 years old, staring at herself in the mirror. I'm not entirely sure why you would do that, but sure. I can see. It's a little blurry, but the doctor told me it's gonna keep improving. I asked to whose corneas I owe my new sight. A young lad fell from a rooftop trying to rob a hothouse. Well, I won't judge, neither will I. Probably had a whole family to feed or something. When they release me, the first thing I'll do is go and see them. I'll take some rations, least I can do. Well, that is very nice of you. Very, very nice of you. Okay, so far so good. But over here we are not really missing a hell of a lot. I mean, heat scarcity, of course, that's what we need oil for. That's what we're trying to get right now. Other than that, we are really doing fine over here. There's really not a hell of a lot we can really do. Also, on the council side of things, I don't think we have too many laws that we can, at this moment, propose. I'm pretty sure we have everything set. Yeah, everything has something set. And we will not make it through that kind of vote. No way in hell. So we can forget about that. We're basically stuck here. Let's see if oil will change that very, very soon. Alright. Frost breaking is done. Let's make our way over all the way to the oil. We do need to get some more stuff out of here. We can actually put a district in here, so let's make that nice and big. And frost break one last time before we can plop in our district. And that should be probably the extraction district. At least that would make sense. But at the moment, we can't do a damn thing about it. We have to wait a tiny little bit longer. Alright, 139 froze to death. Yeah, okay, I can see that, I can see that. Probably not too happy about all that cold, but what can you do? Frost breaking is done from the looks of it, so let's see if we can plop in a district right here. Yeah, there we go. That's a hell of a lot better. And let's see if we can grab us some oil out of the ground. That should help. Then up here on the top, didn't I just see a little bit more materials? Here we have abandoned huts here for prefabs. Prefabs, not necessarily something that we need though. I mean, it's better than nothing, I suppose. We have 395, but we should probably, it's all prefabs here. That's crazy. We have nothing but prefabs here. And we can not currently afford another district, just another housing district down here on the bottom. That's probably exactly what we are going to do. We're just going to plop it on the other side right here. There we go. Trying to get in some more workers here, that would be good. And then we will see what we can do with that. Maybe with the speed turned up. That would maybe be helpful. Just maybe. There we go. So we have more oil right here. The only question is exactly how do we export that stuff? Resource transfer, there we are. That's better. Let's see, to New London. Can we bring this here up to 75? Because that's what we need. I know we don't have that. Wait, what? We do? Oh, we are now at negative 33 over here. But apparently that's just fine. Sure, we are just sending negative amounts of oil. Because that makes sense. I love it. It looks like our city is not too unhappy about that newfound non-existent oil. Ambitions, Chapter 2. People cheer as oil reaches the city, but the question of what it means for our future remains. The years of suffering are coming to an end. Let us improve the generators further and pump oil until the snows of the city melt forever, shouts the stalwarts leaders. I like the cinematic touches to add. I agree, Jizz. However, the pilgrims disagree. What stalwarts want is hubris. Hubris? Hubris, that's the word. New London won't last forever. The frost is our reality. We have to embrace it. Venture forth. Use oil to settle new homes in the white beyond. We will defeat it. The pilgrims will disapprove, but the stalwarts are happy. Unlocks oil pumps generator upgrade that uses only oil. Okay. And down here on the bottom, unlocks adaptive pumps generator that uses any fuel. Unlocks unlimited output frostland settlements. I really don't know what the better thing here is. I mean, unlimited deep deposit sounds like a great thing to me. That sounds like a worry-free life here. So I'm pretty sure we're going to go with that. We first need to upgrade the generator with oil pumps to use the new fuel. Then we must research and further upgrade the generator with surplus injectors to make New London warmer than ever before. Alright? Newfound oil can also help us reach previously inaccessible deep deposits which will not run out. Good. We may tap into them for the security of the city. That sounds good to me. So how exactly do I upgrade this here? I just first need to research it apparently. Okay, we are researching something else right now, crop selection. So that will have to wait for a minute. Pilgrims though, not happy. Pilgrims are definitely not happy in any way, shape, or form. But I'm sure they'll be fine eventually. It'll be okay. Tension is severe though, because it's very, very cold, but thankfully the temperature is about to go back up, which hopefully helps us out here. I also like how the colors are changing as the tension is rising. The more tension, the redder it gets, which is honestly quite good. Let's see. How are we doing? That's New London over here. They're not too happy. They're alt-red not. What do you want? Cold storage. Harvesting funerals. Did you play the first Frostpunk? I really enjoyed it and haven't played this one yet. How do you like it? I have played the first one. I really loved the first one. The first one was really, really good. The second one right here, this is the second time I'm playing it right now. The first time was also on stream, so the VOD is there. I'm still not entirely sure. I'm pretty sure that the first one is better if you ask me, but that doesn't mean that this is a bad game. So those are definitely two things that need to be separated. But I'm still forming my opinion, to be very, very honest. What do we have here? Steward. Some researchers and doctors have petitioned us to preserve the remains of corpses that have been harvested for organs. Science knows no bounds. That's true. Incinerating harvested bodies and returning the ashes to their relatives is a waste of potential. There will come a day when we can get more out of these remains, they claim, advocating that we freeze them instead. Makes sense. People may not be happy now, but in due time they will see reason and applaud our foresight. What shall we do? We will definitely freeze them. Most definitely. And if we do nothing else, at the bare minimum, we can always build us a Frankenstein. Okay. Let's keep on frost breaking over here towards the last remaining oil source that we have while we are waiting for this here to finish. So we can then go ahead and research the oil fuel. That is definitely something that is hard on the agenda. Other than that, I think over here there is not a hell of a lot we can do because we don't have a workforce, we don't have nothing, we cannot even build anything, especially while we are frost breaking at the same time. So over here, or right this second, I would argue it is what it is. Materials are scarce. Yeah, everything's scarce. I'm not surprised. But as long as we can produce oil, we should be okay. What's going on in New London again? Pouring ice on fire. Stuart. The growing fervor of certain groups in the city has become a cause for alarm. Agitators rile up tensions and push their factions to more radical and violent action. Provided we build enough prison space, our guards could place such militants in preventative arrest. A spell in detention would cool their heels and calm their fellows. Build prisons to use the round-up militants district ability to lower faction fervor. Is that a building? Is that a district? Let's see. We also are very low on workforce over here. We need actually more buildings. But I don't even see a prison. Probably not researched yet, I would assume. Sure as hell looks like it. Can also not build us a housing district right this second. That is a slight issue that I'm not entirely sure what to do about. Not gonna lie about it. But I'm sure we will find a solution. Sounds like they got a full orchestra for this game. I prefer the somber cellos of the first one. They sure do have the music definitely pumped up. Yes, I agree. Over here we are about to run out, which is going to be actually in our favor. What are we producing here even? We are producing coal. That is maybe not in our favor. Not until we get oil in. Game of Guskuto, I want to play it. I agree. I mean, if you like the first one, chances are pretty high that you will enjoy the second one too. And I mean, the visuals are really good. Like right here, those kind of like, I don't know, interstates, autobahns, whatever those things you're supposed to be, they change color the more the tension rises in the city, which makes it visually really appealing, not gonna lie. Big fan of that. What do we have here? Dense housing district. We don't want to turn it off. That is a problem, potentially. Impose strict deadlines on researchers to accelerate their progress. Sure. We do need that. We do definitely need that. Yes, the trust will fall a little bit, but I'm pretty sure we will be okay. I'm pretty sure we got that going for us. Research melting deep deposits. What are we actually researching right now? Not entirely sure, to be very honest with you. Are we researching housing installation? No, that is already researched. I wish I knew. Crop selection. Where would that be? Is that in resources, maybe? It's really hard to tell. Should have probably remembered that from last time, but I really don't. Either way around, we are not going to stop that early. We are going to finish this here. I'm pretty sure at least I had a reason why I chose that particular research. It's got to give us some kind of benefit. Just too lazy to look for it right this second. The next one around, though, we will have to go ahead and we will get the oil pumps in as soon as we can, because the weather is gonna get colder once again up here in the top right. And hopefully we can get the oil up and running before that happens. That would be good. And Neri is here on Twitch, says, good evening. I'll definitely grab Frostpunk 2 eventually. I would highly recommend it. I mean, so far, again, I'm pretty sure that the first one is better. Not gonna lie about it either. But that still does not mean this is a bad game in any way, shape, or form. What are we doing over here? Looking still okay. Still producing at 100% output. Can we maybe expand the district? 50 heat stamps and 50 prefabs? Maybe. That should be possible. If we plop one here and one there. And one there. Maybe that will help us out slightly. Very slightly. Alright. Crop selection has been done. Let's check it out one more time right here. It says here... construct the generator. So that needs to be done on the main base. Research and construct generator surplus injectors. We need to do that. So the surplus injectors need to be researched first and then activate the surplus injectors to supply enough oil to reach a heat surplus. Okay. All right. Where are those injectors? That's the bigger question. Let's see, that's the melting deep deposits. That's the optional one. Pump checks, advanced coal mines, housing installation, generator upgrade. Already researched the oil pumps. We have that one, but where is the injector? Is it up here maybe? And we can't get to it? Because that's already done. Coal liquefiers. Well, now it's getting interesting. Facility using accelerated decomposition processes to synthesize oil from a mix of coal and organic waste material. I wonder what that organic waste material is. Probably bodies. Everybody knows it's bodies, right? Oh god. This game. Heat dispatchers. We don't need those, I believe. I don't see the injectors though. Am I blind or what? We don't need more coal mines. That train has left the station. Food energy efficiency. That was the crop selection right here, that's right. Base heat demand of food district is significantly decreased. Yeah, there we go. That was the thought behind it, because we do have quite a lot of food. I'm still questioning, where in the hell? Let's go back out here, back to New London. And let's see. The buildings that we can build. One of them is the generator oil pump, but it needs 200 workforce, which we don't have. As a matter of fact, we have no workforce because most of our workforce is actually incapacitated, 183 of them, due to cold and disease. Mainly disease. They're all sick. How do we get them out of there? I honestly don't know. I'm pretty sure that our, well, we could, theoretically. We do have 20 Frostland teams, if we can find a group of people. Kinda like this. And bring him home. Well, all the Frostlanders have given into the appeal of a warm city. Only ruins remain, so they should be on their way, I believe. Yes, they're coming now. There is our workforce. Now we're talking. We just needed to bring in a few more people. We should be okay, I believe, as soon as they arrive. Which should be in 1 week and 1 day. Very, very good. They're actually coming here pretty quickly. We can speed that up. Perfect. It gives us 1600 workforce. Much, much better. We can go ahead and now build us our generator oil pump. Where do I build that though? Just in the middle? Yeah, good. That should fulfill this first mission here and help us producing the worms that we need. Morph says here, says, evening good sir to you as well. And thanks for joining. Truly appreciate it. Hope you're having a great day / evening. Come on. Plop that in there and do it now. Yeah. We should be able... Okay, so here we are changing the requirement. Double starting research speed. Well, of course we are, if we're bringing this here up. But I don't think we need that right this second. Still though, where are the injectors? Generator surplus injectors. It should be under heat production. Why don't I see it then? Because we first had to build the reactor, that's why. That makes sense. Well, we're gonna go ahead and grab that right away, so we can get this done. How much do we have? 13 weeks and 4 days left. Yeah, I don't think we have quite that much left, but certainly it should get done now. What do we have going on here? The stalwarts are rallying. Of course they are. Stuart, the stalwarts have begun throwing rallies in celebration of the generator upgrade. Orderly rows of faction members and supporters fill the city squares. Tell him, what do we rally for? Their leader shouts from podiums. We rally for progress, we rally for each generator, we rally for the city. Their passion is contagious, inspiring others to put in additional efforts for the benefit of the city. Do you want to ask them to promote something specific? What do we need most? Do we need more workers? Do we need more heat stamps? Do we need 5 guard squads? Or nothing? That is a big question here. I really don't know. I mean, we just got more workforce in. I don't know how much heat stamps we have. I probably should have looked this up before I clicked it, but obviously I didn't know what was going to happen. Or 5 guard squads. I mean, since the pilgrims are pretty unhappy, maybe that's not the worst idea. But more workforce, though? You can never have enough workforce, though. Let's go with workforce. Screw it, workforce it is. And let's see what we get out of it. What else do we have here? We have food back here. We already have a district around this food, I believe. How are we on food? We are a little bit low on housing. We definitely need another housing district. That is for sure. Yeah, we don't want to build it in there though, but we can build it right here. We do have space. No squalor. Should be okay. Certainly won't hurt to provide a few more houses for our new people here. Other than that, everything is actually in a surplus in our main city. I can barely believe it myself, but it seems to be true. Crazy. But sure. I mean, works for me. The only question that I have, how do we get more people over here to the Dreadnought? Scale certainly seems big now. I mean, looks to be working out pretty well. Better than I expected, not gonna lie, once again, not gonna lie. And at least now we can frostbreak over here, but I don't know what to do with it because we don't have any workers and I'm not entirely sure how to get more over here. Can we trade that somehow? Is that a thing? Yes, send people. So we have in New London. If I send a little bit of workforce over here, like 600. Let's see how that works out for us. Would definitely interest me. Gonna speed a notch. Did we see these guys walking on the map? Nope, but we can see them up here. Actually, we can see them walking on the map. Right there they come. Well, that was too far zoomed in. Here they are. And hello. So maybe getting the workforce wasn't the worst idea I've ever had. So that worked out in the end. Even though it was stupid luck, but we don't talk about that part. The extraction district, definitely, we're just going to bring it along here. It shouldn't make a difference, theoretically. And make sure that we have more than enough oil coming in. That is highly, highly important. Definitely. Then this here is already all frostbroken. Do we have enough people to build us a second district, an extraction district? Not here, but there. No, we need another 600 workforce. We will see if we can get in the future more over here to grab those 2 prefabs that are right beside each other here. That would definitely be helpful. We're already grabbing some down here on the bottom, I believe. This is an extraction district. Yep, actually that's oil. Huh. So we are actually only extracting oil. We have 2 housing districts and now 3 oil districts, and that is it. Fascinating. Not entirely sure what they eat over there, but I haven't heard any complaints yet, so we're not going to do anything about it. It's that simple. What can we do here in the middle with our generator? Still nothing. We are getting oil in though, so that's a good thing. That's a very, very good thing. We can turn on the overdrive, but we're not doing that. I hope that we get enough oil in from the other side so we can send a little bit more over here to New London. That would be good to see for sure. But for that, we need to get that last district up. We are at plus 43. We are producing 198. So let's change this here slightly and bring this here up. So we are left over with a maybe even a slight positive over here. How about a plus 5 in New London, plus 11 in the old Dreadnought? Even the plus 11 in the old Dreadnought is too much. Let's make it plus 10 here and plus 6 there and call it a day. Yeah, that should be fine. So New London shouldn't have any problems anymore with heat. That would be at least my understanding. The injectors are almost done as well. 1 week, 1 day left. Let's see if we can make that happen here. There we go. So what can we now do with that? We need to construct them. So that should be in the end menu, I believe. In central. And what do we need? We require one more core, which means we need to go out of the city and we need to explore a little bit further, I would assume at least. What do we have here? That's food, that's right. We already found that, but we ignored it. We can launch an expedition, but the threat level is dangerous. Do we have anything that is not dangerous? I guess everything's dangerous nowadays. Cool. Possible find the materials and coal. Coal. I do need a core. So we may have to go. Many scouts will be injured. Oh, that's what happens when you sign up as a scout. I don't know what to tell you. Threat level deadly. Many scouts will die. Dangerous right here. Maybe we go into this small area here, this high pass, and see if we can find us some cores right there. That's 21 weeks and 4 days. How far is it over here? 21 weeks. I mean, I guess it's slightly better. I guess let's go with the Highland. And let's see what we can find over there in 20 weeks. We do need a core so we can upgrade our generator. Alright, so far so good, I would say. Let's see. We're still a little bit low on houses, I just realized. It's actually crazy. Didn't we just build a district? I guess it wasn't quite enough here. I guess we will expand our district by 3 places. Might as well at this point in time. You know what, I'm wondering if we are using exclusively exclusively oil. What are we doing with the coal that we are producing in here? Are we actually extracting any more coal? I mean, it says coal remaining. 81.6k. I guess I will remember that number and I will come back here and I will see here in a little while if we are actually grabbing anything out of there. And if so, what are we doing with it? You're clearly not using it for fire, for heat, so where's it going? Very odd. Very, very odd. Alright, let's turn up the speed a little bit and let's see what we can tear up. I don't think we have anything new in the council here. Nope. Still the same stuff. All the other stuff here is still locked. We need to do more research for that. I'm really wondering, maybe some kind of a prison or something wouldn't hurt. Or a hospital even. How are we looking hospital-wise? Hospital outfitted with dedicated equipment and facilities to provide medical education and training to students. That would be a good start, I would argue. Research speed is slightly increased. Definitely won't hurt. Need 300 workforce and 20 heat demand. We have all of that available. Shouldn't be a problem. We have a teaching hospital, a recovery hospital, and just a hospital. Alright. I feel like the teaching hospital would be a good idea. I just don't know the benefit of teaching somebody. Will regularly cure a significant number of sick absentees. So what exactly is the difference here? Population growth is slightly increased and research speed. I think we're gonna go with this one right here, yeah. I think research is probably more important in the long run. We can always find people out there.
Give the right of way to frost-breaking teams in transit.
What is in transit? I could barely hear the guy. Not entirely sure what he just said. Something is in transit, but sure it's gonna be something good. Oh, right, here's our stockpile. Our stockpile hub is full. So I guess we will need to research that coal liquefaction technology so we can get more oil out of the coal. I guess that is the intended way to play the game, I would assume. Alright, at the moment, let's wait for these 53% here to get all the way up. And then let's see what we can do when we plop us in a hospital. That should also unlock us a voting option in our council. And slowly but steadily, we should be making headway here. Slowly but steadily. The temperature is also going to drop 3 times in a row here. My goodness. We definitely need as much as possible. There we go. Colder season is here. Heat demand is increased. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? But we can muster it, I hope. We are at negative 50 oil. Good God. We need more oil and we need it fast. That needs to happen. What do we have here? The rallying stalwarts propose ideas? Sure, bring them forward. I'm always open for ideas. Stewart, the stalwarts have extended their rallies to a new district. During the most recent event, they announced a new idea regarding worker shifts. They drafted a new law on their own, machine-centric shifts, and now present it to the city. You have done the work, all the stalwart has to do is to put it into the vote. They call on you to pledge your support for their law. So what's the law? To put less pressure on workers, workplaces must keep machines powered around the clock. Workforce requirement is decreased. Oh, absolutely. We will try our best to push this through. Big fan of automation in real life as well. So we will try our best to get this here through. What do we have here? Oh, apparently it's already there. So I guess I have you guys on Twitch participate if you feel to do so. And then we are going to set a vote on it. But we have 46 against votes. I have a feeling that bad boy is not going to pass. We may have to negotiate that one. What are we going to do here? We can only negotiate with the Frostlanders. And I need them to vote for. Recast composite factory. Manufacturing facility where a mix of crude oil and old materials is processed and remolded into new ones. Okay. Requires 80 oil though that we don't have. Hydraulic pump check. Facility injecting high pressure water into the ground to speed up oil extraction, causing mine impurities to seep into the drinking water. Who cares about the drinking water? We need heat. And we need lots of that. And on the bottom we have moss filtration tower. Structure that circulates the ambient air through natural moss that absorbs and filters impurities. I mean, that maybe would be a good idea right here. That has no downside. But even right here, we're about to get us a hospital. Why do I care about a little bit of increased disease? Democracy, God, you save mankind and they thank you by taking away totalitarianism. That's right. I think we're good here. I think the hydraulic pump check, that will have to come eventually anyway. So we will make that happen right now. And I say we vote. Neri voted for over on Twitch. And that brings us all the way up to 66 for votes. And we passed the law. That is a very good thing overall. Our next research is now already in the book. So we know what we have to do. And that's good. That is very, very good. This is almost done. Let's bring it up. Democracy, crazy, that's right. What the hell is that nonsense? What do you keep fussing about here? Pump checks are down here on the bottom, and we were talking about the hydraulic pump checks. We did promise it, so we're gonna make it happen. It's that simple. It is gonna happen. Again, we need them anyway. And now we should be able to also find us somewhere in here our teaching hospital. And let's put it into our, well, why not into our newly built district all the way over here. So once the pump check comes, we have a hospital already ready for all that impure drinking water. It all seems to come together. Slowly but steadily. How are we doing over here in the old dreadnought? Can't really see any problem here. I mean, squalor is a little bit high because extreme material scarcity. Yeah, I see that. I can see that. I can see how that is a potential problem. But what are we going to do about it? Right? There are no materials over here, unfortunately. There is nothing over here, as a matter of fact. We could bring some over from New London. To be honest, if it were me, I would be whining for Starbucks to be added. I mean, we could probably research a Starbucks if we are deep enough into the tree.
Do not be alarmed by any
Let's see, do we have any more materials over here that we are not already exploiting?
routine maintenance work is underway.
Because we have 460 available? Is that what you're telling me? Available 351 and 3. No, we are using 460 and we are producing 460. So we are actually at a net zero over here. We need to produce more materials so we can send them over there. That is basically what needs to happen here. What are you? You are, in fact, materials. So maybe we need to ice break into your general direction and build us another district into this general area right here. Let's make that happen. Produce us some more materials so we are having a surplus, and then we can ship that surplus over to the old dreadnought. Okay. So far, so good. How are we looking out here? Oh, we have already 3 areas that we can check out. A abandoned lazaret. Built hastily during the 1901 plague, these buildings were used to quarantine infected New Londoners. They now lie silent and forgotten, scores of wooden crosses and grim reminder of what transpired. Should we decide to disturb the dead, dismantling the place could yield some raw materials. Not really what I want. The Wise Woman camp has people. And the research station. Inside this abandoned research station, our scouts found a circle of frozen, naked bodies lying around a strange idol made of ice. It sounds a hell of a lot of like Game of Thrones to me, but nearby sat a pile of stalwart uniforms. The station has fallen into disrepair. We could salvage it for prefabs, but the stalwarts would prefer that we destroy all evidence of this place and redact it from the official record. So we get 300 prefabs, but lose 5 Frostland teams. Can we survive without that? Because the stalwarts are actually our closest allies right now, so we probably don't want to piss those off, so let's forget about it. Chess says, to be honest, if it were me... Oh, no. Wait a second. 1 line lower. Regrettably, I can only be here for a short time tonight. Early shit in the morning. I highly recommend you do take an early shit in the morning, just saying. But I do know that you mean shift, and I fully understand, Chess. Don't worry about it. You're totally fine. The problem is, though, none of this here is a core. None of this here gives us a core. Actually, here we get 3 cores. The one that I didn't look at because I thought it's only people doesn't give us a core. Does give us a core. We will definitely take him. Bring your cores with you, and welcome to the city. Not that I need those 500 people, but I do need those 3 cores. What do you want down here? Stalwart. Oh, sorry, not Stalwart. Stewart! The Stalwarts have extended their activities into New District. They have erected a stage near the hub and hold periodic rallies here as well. During their most recent event, the speech is focused on the need to construct the actuated heat dispatcher in the district. We know how to build it, we've got a spot for it, and we know for certain that we need it, so let's get it done, the spokesman urged. They then collected donations to fund this construction and signed up volunteers who pledged to work in the building during their spare time. Do you wish to let the construction begin? Sure. I mean, if it's free and people volunteer to do it, then what exactly speaks against that? Nothing, I would argue. Nothing at all. So let's make that happen right away. What do we have here? Still nothing new. Always just checking, making sure nothing crazy is going on over there. Our new district right here should be pumping out. That is not you. Wait a second, where is that new district that we just built? Am I crazy? Wasn't it over here just a second ago? Wait, what? We never built it, we just frost broke. That's the problem. That would explain it. We do need an extraction district right here. There we go. That is definitely more like it. Okay, so far so good. We are still very low on oil though. We need to increase our output, and hopefully our hydraulic pump jack here is done rather sooner than later. That would be highly, highly preferred right about this moment. What else do we have going on outside of here? I mean, the people are here now, which is definitely a good thing. Nothing of value, always good. What are we gonna do with this lazaret here? I mean, we should get those 300 prefabs, but should we do that right this second? I think we should rather move on and see what's hidden in the mountains. I mean, possible findings, coal. Maybe that's not it. Possible findings, prefabs, cores, and frostland dwellers. Let's launch an expedition over here. And let's just forget about the mountains for right now, because I have no use for coal, so what am I exactly going to do with it? So, yeah. As a matter of fact, they're only sending... No, they're sending... I was about to say they're only sending 5 teams over there, but those here are guards and not our nifty, nifty explorers. I'm assuming the cores are here now. Yep, so we should be able to go ahead and build the surplus injector. So let's plop it in there and let's see what happens then.
Be patient with our teaching hospital residents. Mistakes are part of the learning process.
The teaching learning hospital does include mistakes. Of course. Again, makes sense to me. Alright, now we are up to 170 surplus materials. Now we can do some trading, maybe. Let's see. Material-wise, we are at a negative 150. Let's bring that a little bit down, should we? Maybe we can bring it all the way down to 0, as a matter of fact. And the extra 13 goods that we have, we're probably also gonna bring straight over there. I don't see a problem with that right this second. Only problem is still oil. On both sides, negative. No good. No good at all. We need to get more oil out of the ground. That needs to happen one way or another. Okay. Let's see if they are a little bit happier over here now. Now that you have materials. Marginally increased by machine-centric shifts. Sure, that I can live with. Can we increase the output efficiency? Not really. But we can expand it. But we can only expand it if we have the space for it, which we kinda don't. Down here on the bottom we do. Let's make the district bigger. This one here too, maybe. In an attempt to extract more oil out of the ground. See how that works out for us. Generally speaking, over here they're pretty okay. I just like that the cold is just completely absent. Nobody cares over here for some reason that it's freezing. That's just fine. I like it. Speed that up. That did make a difference. Oh yeah, that did make quite a difference actually. So we should probably try to frost break over here a tiny little bit so we can also expand this district right here. Let's make our way already over here into this general direction while we are already at it. And then we're gonna expand this one here as well to get a little, just a tiny little bit more oil out of the ground. Very, very good. Not much that I can do here. What are they complaining in New London again? Leonard Sutton, 23, a horologist. Is currently repairing a watch. Korivak, is that you? Imagine a society built on technological advancement, on one-upping inventions, on pushing the boundaries of mechanical knowledge. One day, we could not only rebuild automatons, but improve on their design. Make ones more suited to our needs, ones that never break down, or even ones as small as a watch. I could be living in a city that pioneers these efforts one day. The city has made steps towards the progress cornerstone. Alright, cool then. I mean, progress? You won't hear me complaining as an engineer about that. Always for progress. Alright, so far, so good. Still waiting for the hydraulic pump jacks. Let's speed up this entire show here a tiny little bit to make sure that we get that in. What are you complaining about? The stalwarts are rallying again. Slowly but steadily, these guys here may actually become a problem. But let's see what they want. Steward, empowered by your support, the stalwarts have extended their activities to a new district. Their members can be seen on every corner and they now hold periodic rallies near this district's main hub as well. They ask again what they should focus on next to keep supporting the city. What should we say? I mean, we can always use more workers, as I mentioned before. Or heat stamp. I don't think we need more. It's either heat stamps or workforce, and I'm really not sure what is the wiser choice. What do you guys think? Should we go for more workers, considering we have 2,800? Or should we get 2 heat stamps income extra? I'm truly curious what would be the better option here, because I truly don't know. Especially since I don't know what exactly our heat stamp income is. I'm truly curious. I think we should go for the heat stamps this time around. Just for the sake of, we did the workforce earlier. We're getting 31 plus per weekend. And our population growth is at 44%, so that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all, I would think. I think we're pretty decent on both of those stats, actually. So I don't think it matters that much. Okay, so far so good. So apparently they're now... yeah, that's their sign right here. They're in those 2 districts right here. I just gotta make sure that these guys here don't become a problem. Somehow they're only at 12%, but they are going in. They're devoted to me. And the pilgrims, who are thankfully only 11%, are hostile, so I don't really care too much. Frostlanders are neutral at 44% with the most people. As long as they stay neutral, we should be okay, I believe. Alright, let's turn the speed back up and let's get those hydraulic pump jacks here in. And let's see where we can place those. Once again, what's going on down here? We have Faye Hutchinson, 28, a poet. She's on her morning walk. There's change in the air, I can smell it. It hangs above the council hall, settles between the pages of a book, kicks up from under the snow when children run by. We have only taken a few small steps away from our old traditions, but every great change starts with a single step. I'm so excited to see what the city is going to do, what the steward is going to do. The city has made steps towards the reason cornerstone. Well, we're not really here to be reasonable. That is not really the goal. I was more happy about the progress cornerstone, not gonna lie. And I mean, we take what we can get, I suppose. How are we doing down here? Time to chart, 9 weeks, 6 days, so they're still charting out this area right here, that's fine. And we should now also be able to hopefully expand this last one, the 3rd district, right here. Uh, 99%. Give me the last percent so we can check out those hydraulics. Frostlanders demands meat. Met meat. Frostlanders demands met. The Frostlanders are delighted you kept your word. They now look upon your rule more positively and consider you a leader with integrity. Relations with Frostlanders improve, trust rises. That's correct. Very, very good. So, where are those hydraulic pump checks? Requires 56 more workforce, so we gotta send more people over, that's a given. Other than that, we should have basically everything that we need. The only thing that we are also a little bit low on is food, so we need to send food over. I don't really care too much about the goods are fine. But food will become a problem eventually if we don't bring more over. So we need people and food at the same time. So let's make both of those things happen right away. For food, we are at a net zero, literally. So let's produce more food while we are at it. That definitely never hurts. Where do we have some food? Not here. In the B menu, the food district, we have some food up here that is apparently not even utilized yet. Yeah, that's certainly what it looks like. Not enough tiles to finish the district. Yeah, true, there are only 2 tiles. Okay, I give you that one, you won. You're gonna come straight over here to this infinite food right there. And then we should be able to slap in a food district right there like it's nothing. We should also play the game. I was wondering why there's nothing moving here, and I was like, oh, game's paused. That's right. Yeah, that happens sometimes. Maybe a little bit faster. There we go. How are we looking? Now that we have this here brought up, or better to say, ice broken, we can plop in a food district right here. We should be able to build it as far over here as possible and even take both of those into one district. And then even after that, go ahead and expand this food district here right away. That should help. Another thing that we need is another housing district. We have so many people that we have brought in that we are running out of housing space. And that basically everywhere. We don't even have anything frost broken enough that we could add on more housing. So let's make that happen right away. That's going to be another housing district right here in this general area. Let's do that quickly. We do need the housing and we do need it fast. Housing district. We can't just come all the way along here wherever we have space. Actually, there was a little bit of space that I just missed. That's fine. We definitely will need more housing later, so it doesn't matter. If we can squeeze it in here, we will. But at the same time, right here, we have now more space available as well. Definitely won't hear me complaining about too much open space. That ain't happening. Very good. Very, very good. We will see how much food we get in here in a second. Building-wise, we have an actuated heat dispatcher. Don't know if that is actually going to be helpful, and I'm not sure why it's in food necessarily. I mean, I can build it here, but it doesn't really tell me what it's gonna do. It's outputting 40 heat, but I don't really need 40 heat. I need more food. That's what I need. Let's see. I guess we are at 67 positive, so we might as well go ahead and just expand this district right here, wherever we can, which I can't. Did we max it out? Apparently we maxed it out because I cannot expand this district here anywhere. Yeah, no, sure enough. So let's ice break a little bit more so we can then definitely expand this district right here. And then we're going to go ahead and we are immediately going to A-transfer some people. We have 1,500. So let's bring maybe 300 over there. Relocate those. And then let's also go ahead right away and bring over more goods as well. In this case, food. Does the food grow better with a higher temperature? I don't know. Maybe. I guess we could test that. I mean, that's a sound theory. I like the idea. Plus 34 should be more than enough. I guess let's plop in one actuated heat dispatcher and just see what happens. I mean, what's the worst thing, right? What's the worst that can happen? I guess we should make a before and after comparison, shouldn't we? That's the frost breaking right here. That doesn't matter. We are currently outputting 67. 50 is the base, 12.5 from chemical additives, and 5 from paid essentials. Okay. Nope. It just negates the heat that this particular district needs. So that it wants 40, negative 40 from food district, plus 40 from actuated heat dispatcher. So that is what it does, but it does not, in fact, give us more food. Well, if nothing else, learned something new. Cedar says, love the first game, don't think I'll get this one. It's definitely a completely different playstyle. There's no question about it. But I don't think it's a bad game. Personally, that's my personal opinion. That is not an advice for you to buy it or not buy it. I'm just saying, for me personally, it's not a bad game. Let's see, 6th times the charm. Coming from the teaching hospital, oh god. Stewart, Dr. Thomas Morton, a teaching hospital surgeon, has for the first time saved the life of a patient suffering from appendicitis by removing the diseased organ. Oh god. Oh god. Oh no. The students in the operating theater broke into applause when the procedure succeeded. All 5 patients during the previous attempts had died. Morton got lucky this time, but we shouldn't make such a show of these surgeries. It's degrading and hard on the families, said one fellow surgeon. Morton disagrees, arguing that this is the most efficient way for students to learn such procedures. What should we do? Of course. I mean, that we don't like the pilgrims, I would argue we have that already very much established. So we are definitely... Screw the pilgrims. Screw you, pilgrims. Oh, God. That is hilarious. It's the 6 times the charm. Oh, God. What a world they live in. Let's see. Okay. The actuated heat dispatcher is in each and every one of them. That does actually explain why this is the way it is. Salvaging factory. Don't need it. But Vanguard Logistics Bay. Output 20 Frostland steam. Can we plop one of those in here maybe? So we can do more research. What does it cost? 600 workforce? I mean, that is quite heavy. I think we should hold off on that just for a hot moment here. Just to see. Just to see. Back to the old Dreadnought. Here we should be able to slap some pump jacks in here. And let's see. Is there a difference in output? Or better to say, in availability? All remaining 5.5 million, 5.5 million, and 5.5 million. Apparently it makes no difference whatsoever. Let's put it into the first one over here on the right. And let's see where this output goes. From 82. With the pump jack, how much more are we going to get? Let's see. As usual, there's only one way to find out. Trial and error. That's how we do it. Output's now 170. Holy cow, that thing is highly worth it. Can we build another one? 51 more workforce required. We are low on housing, materials, and goods. All not necessarily optimal. Not gonna lie about it. Not gonna lie about it. But we should be able to frostbreak our way down here through the bottom, actually. Let me check that out first, because I believe... I cannot even build one, because we need more prefabs as well. That sucks. We definitely need to transfer some prefabs over here, and we need to start extracting the prefabs before we do anything else. We have a total of 800 right here, and those would come in really handy right around now. Once again, not gonna lie, that would be handy. Yeah. Let's see. In New London. What's going on over here? Where is a dangerous level? How about you fix it then? Wouldn't that be something? Macabre performance once again at the teaching hospital. Oh god, we all know what that means. Dr. Morton is at work again. Steward, Dr. Morton, the teaching hospital surgeon who performed the first successful appendectomy, I believe is the word, has attempted the procedure again. Unfortunately, this time it failed. Our boy was butchered in a cacophony of student comments and questions, said his grieving mother. This is inhumane. Yeah, well, Dr. Morton, he just needs a little bit more training. He will be just fine. Don't worry about it. Dr. Morton, you will bring it around. I have 100% faith in you. 100%. Our tension is rising due to the severe cold, which is a massive problem. What can we do about that? Let's check it out. Didn't we? Yes, we have the surplus injectors active. But for that, we would probably need a surplus to do anything. So let's see if we can bring over more goods, specifically oil, preferably. Yeah, let's bring this here over a little bit faster, maybe. Let's leave 5 over there for right now. Bring 57 in. That gives us negative 380. It's still not enough. Still nowhere near enough. Nowhere near. That is a massive issue, as a matter of fact. That is a problem. How can we fix this problem? I think the easiest way, or probably the only way even, is more people. If we bring like another 200 or 316 people over there, we should be able to build us another pump. And with that second pump, we should be able to hopefully supply a higher surplus over here. At least that's the plan right this second. Can I bring over prefabs though? I don't really see prefabs. I see heat stamps and stuff. Actually coal. But not prefabs. That could be an issue. That could actually be a problem. What do we have here? Silent vigil nomads. Amidst the icy desolation, a circle of nomad elders stand frozen, their bodies intertwined in a final embrace. Their united resolve is evident as they face their fate together, their eyes fixed upon the distant sea. I mean, that's cool and all, but really not my problem right this moment. Plague shacks. The crowd surviving in these hunting shacks have a distinctive pox all over their skin. They claim their affliction makes them more resistant to the cold. Unconvinced, our scouts keep their distance. Probably a good idea. A pretty high population. Disease is significantly increased. That's also really the last thing that we need right now. Anything useful, please. Silver automatons. Under the snow lies a convoy of automatons with imperial livery and tarnished silver hulls. The machines seem to have come from the Ashtop Mountains. The scouts managed to decipher their last instructions: if no one arrives, seek survivors. Our scouts are confident they could repair them to work in New London. Otherwise, we could repurpose the cores. Requires 300 prefabs, which we don't have, but we can take the cores. Or we can come back later. So many questions, so many questions. Let's see. We have 192 prefabs here. Are they shared? Oh, they're shared between the two. Well, that changes a couple of things. That, in fact, changes a couple of things. These are materials. Or it changes nothing. Yeah, nothing but problems. Nothing but problems. The people are coming. And once they're here, we can build an extraction district, which will then give us more prefabs. I guess that is the only reasonable solution here that I can come up with in the short term. So let's plop that bad boy over here and start extracting right here. We need more prefabs, and we need them badly. Three times speed, come on, build it. Alright, there we have it. We are getting 16 per week, which is certainly better than a slap in the face, so I will take it. The other hand, though, our hydraulic pump shack will have to wait. Over here, though, I don't really care about the cold or whatever. It's fine. Yeah, sure, the shelters are a little bit low, but who cares? You're fine. I'm more worried about New London right around now, because they are not too happy at all. What do they have? An old enemy. Incoming whiteout. Oh no. Stuart, it was only a matter of time. We had an unusually long streak of mild weather, but now meteorologists are clear. There's a familiar drop in air pressure at higher altitudes. A whiteout is coming. The wind will cause extreme cold and the clouds will blow out the sun, impacting our food production. Without shelter, ample fuel, and a stockpile of food, our people will be at mortal risk. We have to prepare. Heat demand will greatly increase during the whiteout. Food production will be significantly lowered. I mean, we do have a nice stockpile.
Whiteout signs detected. Start preparation.
But where does it come? Right here. That should be a good amount of time to prepare, I hope. Something's breaking again here, though. What's breaking? Another housing district. Of course, how else would it be? Let's check out our research here in the meantime. Definitely should be something here that helps us. Like, for example, the coal liquefaction. I mean, it gives us 80 oil. That should be helpful for the whiteout, I would assume, right? I mean, I would definitely think so. What do we have here? Pressurized gives us 80, 100 coal requirement, 60 coal requirement. Less workforce, more coal, less materials. Disease versus squalor. I mean, I really don't know what makes the most sense here, to be very honest. Probably less coal, because people, we can get more people. But we are running low on coal. So let's see if we can research that to get us more oil. That would be a second way to get more oil instead of just building more pump checks. What do they want now? Angus is back, a compressor mechanic, 29 years old, punching out at exactly 1:14 p.m. Little Mary is going to be delighted to see me home so early. I'll finally take her sledging. She was so disappointed last time. Ain't my fault them engines needed servicing. All things considered, I'm home a lot more than I'm used to be. This machine-centric shift's a brilliant idea. You just gotta accept it's us who adapt to the machines, not the other way around. That's right. Machine-centric shifts are reshaping work habits and family life. That is how that goes. James Moore says, your stream is still tagged as FTL? Really? Not on my end. That's weird. That's very odd, James. On my end, it does show Frostpunk. Not entirely sure why that is, but probably typical YouTube shenanigans. But yeah, I had to pivot in the last moment because I opened the game and it would instantly minimize. And I'm like, what the hell? I click on it again, it would instantly minimize. And that was 13 minutes to be precise before the stream started. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to mess around with it. Let's just play something different. Easy. Okay, so far so good though. The only problem is, we still don't have enough oil for the surplus, so let's bring up the speed so we can get this research here done.
The Pilgrims will be hosting ice baths and cold breathing sessions tonight at 11 p.m.
Tonight at 11 p.m. Alright then. How long does it take to research this stuff? 21 weeks and 4 days? Yeah, we can't sit that out. Are you out of your mind? Even at 3 times speed, probably not. Now the stalwarts are back, loud and clear. Steward, the stalwarts have begun using oil to power a small radio they have attached to their lamps. They claim this will allow them to further ensure the safety of workers and increase efficiency by enabling constant communication. So far, it seems to be working. Managers can report accidents in a heartbeat, spreadsheets can be updated in real time, and foremen can micromanage to an unprecedented degree. Beautiful. The stalwarts are overjoyed, of course they are. Relations with the stalwarts improved after we pledged to defeat the Frost. Cool. Gunnar is here this morning. Morning, Gunnar. Thanks for joining, Gunnar. How are you doing today? And of course, welcome to the stream. $162 froze to death. Well, that's unfortunate for those 162. Managers can't complain, workers are always on their communication devices. That's right, that is correct. That is literally how it goes. Got back from holiday this weekend? That sounds good. I hope you enjoyed it. Icarus, that was unfortunate to those 162. It was. I mean, what should I say? I mean, we should be happy, right? You gotta see it positive. It could have been 163. Always gotta see the positive side here, right? Should we take the sick people in? That's 1100. That's quite a lot of wood. How many free workforce do we have? Can I please go back to New London? Only 700, so we should probably take them in before the whiteout comes so we can heal them in our fancy hospital before the whiteout comes. A beacon of hope. Incoming whiteout. Steward. Our guards have encountered a group of frozen, terrified outsiders at the edge of the city. They speak of stories spraying among the destitute groups scraping by the frozen wastes. That our improved generator can ensure safety for all. That here people can have a future. It seems New London has become a beacon of hope in the face of incoming whiteout. There will be more people coming. Population growth increases. Laws regulating outsiders influx unlocked. We should take a look at that. James says if it were old London, there would be many more. 100%, exactly. Icarus, I'm just making more cold puns. I like it. Bring it on. Keep them coming. It was fun, especially the snorkeling part, says Gunnar. Hey, that's awesome. Truly happy for you that you had such a nice vacation. Okay, let's take a peek what we can do here. We got a new council law unlocked in the city for outsiders. What do we have? Accept all outsiders. We will welcome all who wish to join our city and share in its benefits, regardless of their ability to contribute. I'm not sure about that. Admit no outsiders. We will refuse entry to all who wish to join our city. Yeah, that also doesn't sound very, very smart to me. Allow productive outsiders. We will only let in outsiders who will contribute to the city's economy and turn away the unproductive. Percentage of active workers will slightly increase over time. That's good. Population growth is marginally increased. Also good. And the heat stamps income is also good. We should try to push this through. Yeah, the only problem is we only have 29 for and 18 against. Should I negotiate again? Definitely recruiting Twitch chat. There's no question about it. Speaking of Twitch chat, first of all, that's a ban. Later. Definitely not going to play those games. But yeah, we probably need to negotiate that. I foresee a bad outcome here with 53 hesitant ones. That's a problem. Who can we negotiate with? The Frostlanders? The New Londoners? Maybe the New Londoners. Actually, the Frostlanders have the highest percentage of people in the city, right? What can we do for these guys here? Research the building dust coal mine. Why? What do I want with a dust coal mine? I'm really not sure. Recast composite factory. We already have that. Right? I could have sworn we already have that one. How can we research it? Or use a community action on Frostlanders. Community action fund projects. Fund projects beneficial to their community. The larger their population, the more heat stamps required to fund them. Well, that's a problem. Let's gonna go for this one right here. Manufacturing facility where a mix of crude oil and old materials is processed and remolded into new ones. Sure. Why not? And let's vote on it. You have Dave and Neri D voting for the proposal. And that brings us to a total of 72 with a little bit of negotiation. I think that was worth it, if you ask me. And that should hopefully be helpful in the long run. Unfortunately, can't really research anything because we are still knee-deep in another research. Still 14 weeks away from it. So, my dear Frostlanders, you will have to wait a little bit longer. The stalwarts are slowly but steadily taking over. How are they? Only 14% of them are stalwarts, but they are in all those districts right here, preaching day and night. None of that makes sense to me, but here we are. Speaking of the devil. I think we are going straight for active workers. I think heat stamps is not a problem. We don't need more enforcers. I don't see for what. So let's bring that up. We will have to increase the size of this district right here, though. We talked about it earlier, but I kind of forgot about it, not gonna lie. And then since even more people are coming, we need another housing district. There we go. That should help. A little bit low on materials, but other than that, at least for the coming whiteout, that should be helpful, I hope. Okay. How are we doing at the old Dreadnought? Prefabs are coming in. We don't have any people over here. We're low on oil, low on housing, low on materials, and low on goods. We're low on everything over here. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to neglect this here slightly and hope for the best. I mean, we still have plenty of time until the whiteout comes, but right for this moment, I mean, I'm gonna neglect it. I'd rather take care of New London for right this second and make sure everything's okay over here. Even though there's not too much missing. Those materials here, we should be able to get in a heartbeat. Because we have like this huge area right here. That's even already unlocked, I believe. No, it's not, actually. Let's grab it. Let's do something like this here. That should be one nice materials district. And should solve those problems instantly.
The frost is here.
Oof, negative 777. We need so much more oil and I don't know where to get it from. We need this research right here. We need to convert our coal over to oil. Let's bring up the speed here. Yeah, sure you're not happy about the extreme cold, neither am I, but what can I do right now? We need this research here to be done. ASAP, preferably. Really? How about you just frost break another whole line all the way along here? Let's see. Justice has no scabbard, say the stalwarts. Steward, the stalwarts have upgraded the automatons to respond to specific frequency on their radios. They've equipped the beasts with searchlights and speakers and mounted them patrolling the city to maintain order. We're getting really dystopian here. The pilgrims believe this is absurd. I wonder why. Someone stole a bread roll yesterday and they nearly leveled the entire district lumbering after them on those metal wretches, one cried. However, the numbers favor the stalwarts. Crime has dropped considerably. Increase wear in districts, yeah. Unlocks the mobilize automaton and forces stalwarts action. Wow. Crime is decreased. Unchecked power will only yield further crime. Should we go for crime? Or should we go for... Actually, why not start a viewer poll on Twitch? Let's see what the Twitch guys are saying. And then we go from there. I had a feeling. I had a feeling about that. All right. Okay. We are just leveling half the district with huge ass machines. That is the plan. I like it. I like it. Always happy for it.
Do not keep your frozen departed indoors. Leave them outside for collection.
According to the red circle of anger, crime is high. Actually, marginally increased by minor crime. It's not the crime that has a problem here. It's the cold. It's definitely the cold, actually. Let's see. Now I should be able to expand this district for more housing and then immediately build another one. Again, we will need it eventually. It will happen. It's just a question of time. And then the second thing that we will do is I think it is time to build more of those actuated heat dispatches. They do cost workforce, they do cost heat stamps, and they do cost prefabs, but what they don't cost is oil. They give us free heat. And what we need right now seems to be, sure as hell, free heat. We're gonna build us a handful of those, just into those random districts along here. And I just built 5 of them, if I counted correctly. 5 of them should reduce our heat requirement by 200, which I hope will come in handy very, very soon. Neri says, LOL, don't keep that frozen grandma inside. I'll definitely listen to the speaker for this one. Yes, put her at the front door. We'll pick her up eventually, it's fine. Yep, there's the wear and tear once again, I suppose. Yeah, and the housing just went down to -51 because more and more people are coming. Leave. Leave us alone. We don't have the resources to keep you here, don't you understand? We are at the limit of what we can provide here. Especially like the food, for example, is now at -22. Not -22, but -20 as well, I mean. And we are also running out of prefabs, which are being produced on the other side on a weekly basis, so we need to wait. Come on, district, be built. We need you badly. -31, we need another one, and we can't afford another one. We cannot afford another one. We can only afford an extension, and that's not gonna do the trick, damn it. Cross-breaking costs us 30 heat stamps and 200 workforce. That's fine, we got that. Let's break our way through here. We need more housing. At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. More housing. -22, that's right. You know what I'm saying. Come on. Too good. But yeah. This circle here does slightly scare me. I'm not even gonna lie about it. We need more oil. How is our research? Our research is done. Can I build this building? The Carrion Coal Liquefier. Yes, I can build that building. I'm not entirely sure where I can build it. What district are you? What are you even? You're just an expanded industrial district. Sure, that works for me. Because this one here we're gonna rip out very soon. So let's get us those 80 oil in. ASAP, preferably.
Newcomer outsiders, be reminded. To maintain your residency rights, you must remain productive at all times.
Beer, you survive. I thought the zombie got you. Well, almost. 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 He was definitely right behind me. 194 froze to death. Once again, very, very unfortunate. On the bright side, though, could have been 195. Always gotta see positive. Intruders in New London. Where are our Robocops that we just sent out? Steward. A group of strangers has arrived at the old Dreadnought. They call themselves the Wanderers. They seem to be a nomadic tribe of whom this wreck was a pilgrimage site. When they learned their tombs were destroyed, they were furious, clenched jaws the only sign of outrage. As we have taken their camp, they asked we at least provide a stockpile of oil that will enable them to survive the whiteout. They seem desperate enough to be a threat. In the face of the whiteout, they may choose to raid the old Dreadnought for oil. They just want to survive the whiteout like us. You will need to stockpile 30,000 oil within 48 weeks. Okay. White Wanderers coming from the north? I know, right? That's exactly what it sounds like. I guess I'm gonna ask Twitch once again for their opinion on it. I say screw him. I say screw him. I say we're gonna annihilate him. Let him come. Let him try. Turn him down. Done. Definitely done. Like I said. Screw him. The only question is, how do we get 12 guard squads over here? I have 15 in the other one. Can I transfer them somehow? Send people? No, not people. I also don't really want to send goods. Beer instates Brexit 2.0. How do I get those over here is my question. Or are they already coming? Like, what's the deal here? Ah, there we go. A group of nomads have set up temporary camp here after finding our people at the old Dreadnought. They're expecting us to hand over a supply of oil and then they will leave peacefully. If we don't want to wait for them to come collect promised oil, we could send a stockpile from New London. Alternatively, we could force them out with our guards. Send the guards. Send the guards. Right now. Let's see how that goes. I foresee bad things, but you never know. You never know. What do they constantly want over here? Not the armed column. Oh, we have Oliver O'Sullivan here, 39, he's a grocer. He's at the ruins of a shop. Oh god. Automaton patrol, seriously? It's all bloody well and good for the stalwarts. We got the thief, caught him on the run, you're welcome. Gee, thanks a million, chaps. Glad I've got my stolen chocolate bar back. A fat load of good as'll do me now that you have decimated my goddamn shop in the process. Which shelf should I put it back on? The one lying under a heap of rubble? Goddamn fucking loonies. Oh, this game. It's good. It's a good game. I enjoy myself. Goddamn fucking loonies. That's right. Can we get those over here? I really want to see the end or the outcome of this fight right here, if it's a fight, or whatever we are dealing with. Okay, they're already returning back, but we do have a pop-up here. The nomads surrender. Well, that's a good thing. That's definitely a good thing. Steward, last night our guards attacked the nomads' camp near the old dreadnought. Overwhelmed and outnumbered, the nomads surrendered. They approached to parley. They took great care to avoid the side of the grave we desecrated. Then they made ready to return to their families. We'll never be content with what happened here, their leader said. But we cannot fight you. May the Frostland judge you as she does. Good. Very good. I'm gonna say I just gotta find myself breakfast, be right back? Absolutely. Steward, we sent our guards to attack the nomads on their turf. Our scouts have reported their victory and won through little bloodshed. The nomads fled almost immediately, certain this would not be a fight but a slaughter. The colony foreman is confident that the nomads will not return. Let's see. So we are happy over here now. Everything's good. Everything's fine. We're making more oil. Back to New London. William says, by the way, Beer, what happened to you? I miss your stream. I saw that you actually finally joined Discord just to see what's going on, William. I didn't find any information there either. I will probably get into more detail about it in the next stream, but my girlfriend of 2 years decided to be a slut and cheat on me last weekend. That is what happened. So, yeah. I moved out within 5 days. Told her to go fuck herself. That's where I'm at. So yeah, that's why I did not stream last weekend. But I'm back. That's all that matters at the end of the day. Okay. My condolence? No condolence is needed. It's for the better. Pretty sure of it. What do we need to do? We need to research the recast composite factory. Where's that bad boy at? In resources, probably. Salvaging mechanical factory, that ain't it. Composite factory. Recast and synthetic. Oof. Manufacturing facility where a mix of crude oil and oil materials is processed and remolded into new ones. Neri says you have to take time to take care of yourself. I did. I did have a week. And then I decided, you know, you guys know it. You've been here long enough, most of you. Greg's here, by the way. Hello, Greg. Streaming is my personal outlet against the stress from work and everything else. It's just fun for me, you know, to hang out with you guys and chat and whatnot. And it works for that as well. So that works. That works just fine. Let's research this idea, and then let's go from there. We are running out of time, though. As a matter of fact, we can't fulfill it, even if we wanted to. Her loss? That's precisely how I look at it, James. Okay. Our trust restored. I was about to say, literally, that's hilarious. I was about to say our tension bubble down here on the bottom actually has calmed slightly back down for right this moment. So that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. And it even looks like that we are getting a little bit of a warmer season in right before it gets a hell of a lot worse. So we have another grace period to build up our stockpile. We need to do something though. We need more oil. Speaking of more oil, didn't we build that building? How is that going? So we are still at negative 217 heat. We are just not getting out of this hole. It is a massive problem, not gonna lie. Let's plop in a couple more of these here. Actuated heat dispatchers. At least in the living quarters. I know they're highly expensive, but we do have the people, we do have the prefabs right this moment. We can build one more, yeah, into the housing district. I think is the best way to do this. Don't forget this thing you needed 300 prefabs for. Ah, yeah, damn it. That was actually... wait a second. 300 prefabs? What did I need 300 prefabs for? Matter of fact, I need only 90 prefabs for another hydraulic pump jack. 400 workforce. We could get the workforce over here. Also, this resource is he is almost depleted. Only 48 left, so we need to find us another one. There were more, though. As soon as this one here is gone, we gotta send more people over here. That's what it comes down to. There was an event you said you come back to. Oh, was that out here? I think that was out here somewhere, wasn't it? Yeah, that's right. That's what we wanted to do. That is not of importance, though. It was before the whiteout. That's why I forgot about it. Good call, though. I did forget that one. But at least for a good reason, because the whiteout then happened. We definitely need more oil. Wasn't there also... What do we have on here? Some workers may die. 50,000 oil stockpile. That's what we need. I don't care about how many workers die. Bring me the oil. How about that? That should get the job done. Come on, empty it out here. Full speed. It's gone. Which means we can now officially get rid of this district right here. Don't need it anymore. We will get our workforce back. Everything's totally fine. No problems whatsoever. But we do need to make our way to those extra prefabs right here, because that's another total of 800, and we definitely need that ASAP. So I would say, let's dig this stuff here up, and then at the same time go ahead and bring more people over. Not quite that many, maybe. Maybe 500 will do. There we go. And then let's grab us the extraction district and plop it in here. Just something like that. Frostlander's demands failed. Yeah, sorry guys. It's in the queue. What should I do? I mean, you gotta open your eyes a little bit here. We're working on it. We're working on it. All right. At the same time, as soon as the people are here, the hydraulic pump jack should be available to us. So let's see that the people are coming. Talk of a protest, the pilgrims. What do you want now? Steward, relations with the pilgrims have become unbearably tense. They see your current efforts as utter folly and spit on the ground whenever you enter the council. If there wasn't a whiteout at our door, we would be out there with our fists held high, dragging the city to a halt until you finally start to see reason, they warn. We can ignore them for now, but we may consider placating them before the weather worsens. Pilgrims warn that they will take action after whiteout if you cannot keep their relations at least neutral. I don't think we will repeal the machine-centric shifts, because those do make sense to me. Those are beneficial. But what is the conservative treatment? I mean, it only says research right here. Doesn't mean we have to do anything with it. So let's promise them that and tell them to go shut up. So as soon as this one here is done, I need to immediately start researching so these guys here are not going completely batshit nuts. That is certainly something we need to look out for. The people are coming though. Let's bring them over. There we go. People are here. Let's build us another hydraulic pump jack. Currently I can build those. Didn't I already build one here? Let's build one down here then, I suppose. 5.4 million left. 5.4 million left. All right. It almost looks like these three here are shared, even though that makes little sense, but sure. Come on, build it, so I can see how much oil we have extra left over at the end. I hope we have any extra left over at the end, because if we don't, we are in pretty big trouble here. Come on. Okay, plus 23, that is less than I hoped for, not gonna lie. We need another 200 people. Can I slap another 200 people over here? That's the question. Should be able to, I don't see why not. I need roughly 200. Yeah, 221 should get the job done. Do it now, do it quickly, so I can build the third one. That should be pure surplus that we can send over to old, or better to say, New London. And let's build one over here as well. Apparently I can build more than one per district, which we may have to come back to eventually, but right at the moment, one per is a good thing. Let's get this one here built ASAP. Yes, it's fine. They can wait another minute here. We're now at 111 positive. Let's make that happen and send that over as quickly as we can. Apparently that's the maximum I can send. 250, seriously? Sure, transfer it. Survive the whiteout. The warmth our upgraded generator now pumps through the veins of the city is unprecedented. People take off their layers, testing the air with bare skin in disbelief. The dream of feeling warm again is real. Unless the frost tests us again. Which I have a strong feeling it might. But not yet. Because we are heating up again. So let's check out what the hell is going on in New London.
The steward is aware of what?
The steward rallies. Bring me more workforce, that's fine. Deteriorating infrastructure problems in the city. I wonder where that's coming from. It's not Saturday night, what's going on here? I have been streaming on Thursdays. That's not that unusual, actually. You may have not known that, Septimus, but it's true. Steward. The endless cold and the accumulating ice take a heavy toll on our districts. Steel grows brittle and cracks, wood deforms and splits. Winds batter our city. We need a steady supply of materials to maintain our infrastructure. Steep them in squalor long enough, and our districts will deteriorate at a moment's notice, as one did just now. High squalor will continue to deteriorate our districts until it's brought down. I can't tell you exactly what to do about that, but we should probably repair our districts. You do have a point there, okay. There we go. That should take care of it. Okay, so far so good. Oil is coming in. We actually have now a 408 heat surplus. Yeah. I mean, other than that, we are still a little bit low on food, though. Not a lot, though. Let's expand this district right here, and let's take a look. What else do we have sitting around here? We do have these materials down here that we wanted to snag. We are now at plus 78. But that is basically all the food that I can see. Actually, there's one more piece right here, is it? Yep, right here. I guess we can put another district down there, just for good measure. Might as well. We also need definitely more housing. Can't forget about the housing. Every time I turn around, the bloody housing is completely out of control again. That is very, very suboptimal. Let's make this here happen. and put in another district. Are you going to play MechWarrior 5 Clans when it comes out? Not gonna lie to you, Donald. I have no idea that is even releasing. But I used to love MechWarrior like hell. So now that I know that it exists, I'm happy to look it up, and I might take a look, yeah. Which chapter is this? We just got oil. It's the first whiteout is coming. I think it's chapter 2, didn't say that? Bier decided to join the Wukong clan and left his girlfriend. I guess that is one way to look at it. How do I get rid or how do I reduce squalor? I have no idea. And what do we need to research? Conservative treatment. I wonder what nonsense that is. Conservative treatment. Doctors must abide by the traditional oath of first do no harm. To avoid errors, every procedure must first be approved by senior physicians. Since I know who our senior physician is, that shouldn't be a problem at all. Dr. Morton got it covered. Don't worry about it. Can we get that in time, though? 21 weeks? 12 weeks. Yes, we can actually get that in time, thank God. At least they shut up about it. Still housing. Bad. Problem. Don't like. Gotta fix. You have so much. Like, all this here is basically housing, without exception. Ew, doctors not murdering. What's next? Oh, doctors are still murdering. It just has to be approved murder by Dr. Morton. Which, again, I don't foresee being a problem at all. Decrease squalor, don't make it. Well, I'm not entirely sure what is producing it. Marginally increased, greatly increased by the generator. Extremely increased by actuated heat dispatcher. Oh, that may be a problem. Did I not read that properly? Yeah, I kind of didn't see that. Don't want squalor, don't move to London. That is correct. There's really no reason to have the surplus injector on. Maybe that will decrease it a little bit. Yeah, that will definitely decrease it a little bit. That should be helpful, I believe. We are frost breaking currently right here. We have enough people, we have enough heat stamps that we can frost break directly a second time, because we need it anyway. Might as well do it right away. What does it matter at this point? Double the frost break, double the fun, or something like that, right? The whiteout is coming. The whiteout is coming. Turn it up, so we can put that housing district in. We're still low on food, though. Gotta do something about that. I would really like to be able to research something that we actually need and not just research something so they shut up about it. That would be a really nice change here for once. We are out of prefabs. Son of a... You're almost out of prefabs as well. You still have 96, though. I mean, that's better than nothing, I suppose. We can't frost break because we don't have the people. I've watched someone else play through this. It was interesting, however, not my type of game. It's certainly not for everybody, there's no question about it. I enjoyed the living crap out of Frostpunk 1, not gonna lie. I really did. So I definitely had to... had to get this game. So I did. And it's a very different game than Frostpunk 1. But it has its own charm. I mean, it still is very dark and I love it. Let's see if we can empty this one here out real quick. Once we're done saving. Yep. Let's tear it out. Don't need it anymore. Hello, darkness, my old friend. That is correct. Oh, God. Yeah, right here. Let's grab us those prefabs here as well right away. 207 murdered by violent criminals. Ah, that's fine. It's the danger of living in London. We already talked about that. Why can I not build this one here? 600 workforce? I'm at 593. Gotta be joking right now. Come on. Bring me a handful more people. And bring them now, preferably. Right now. 38 are sick right now, of course, which is another problem. But I'm just gonna bring another 100 over here and call it a day. Wrong button, right button, extraction district. Prefabs it is. Let's go. What's going on over here again? Who is complaining? By your leave, supply run. Stewart, the Pilgrims have decided to send their strongest travelers out before the whiteout to search the surrounding area for supplies. With their parkas as their shield, they intended to walk the Frostland unscathed, united under one tent and guided by their prophet's vision. They don't appear to be asking. Suicide mission? Sure, I'll approve a suicide mission. Supply their journey with 10,000 food? I don't think we have 10,000 food. I'll ask Twitch. How about that? Twitch, what you thinking? Should we supply the journey with 10,000 food? Should we let them leave, or should we chain them to generator, I suppose? Let them leave. 100%. But we also have William in YouTube chat saying to supply them. So that makes it 50-50, I suppose. Do we have a third voice as the tiebreaker? Should we supply their journey, or should we let them leave? Anybody? Do we have thoughts? VXX Fun says supply. Supply it is in a 2-to-1. Well, I actually don't know how many people voted here. Could have been more on Twitch. It's not the best system I've going here, but it is a system nonetheless. Our stockpile is now 30,000 instead of 50,000. Well, let's see if we can get anything. But yeah, I kind of feel like we need to rip those heat dispatches back out. I just don't know how. How can we get back rid of those? Now that we have them. Probably no way, huh? Zoom in on a district. I know we have one in here, for example. No, actually we don't. Not here either. Actually, yeah. Total output 0. So we have one in here. But how do I get rid of it now that I have it? Ah, I can turn it off right here. I see. Which brings their demand up to 40. Which we can supply because we have the oil. So that may be something that we will have to do across the board here. Everywhere where we have one. To bring the squalor down drastically. I guess that should have been something I should have looked out for. But I hope we can still rectify it before the whiteout comes. Let's see, where did I build more of them? It was everywhere in those heat districts right here. There's a hospital, we do want a hospital. There's another one. You are another one. How many of those damn things did I build? Too many, apparently. Okay, can we get this down? Please. Catastrophic, that is a problem. That is a massive problem.
Our elderly citizens are encouraged to pre-register their funerals.
No active research. I apparently must have somewhere over here accidentally deactivated our research district. You go out. Where did I build the research one? right here. You stay on. What can we do about that? The suicide mission have two outcomes. They found the supply and become famous and you become their supporter, or they died and you give them their last supper. I guess it's a win-win from that perspective. You do have a good point there. Squalor, how can we get this down? Do we have anything that we can research here? Where would that be even? Not in the Frostland, not in resources, probably not in heating either, I would assume. None of this makes any sense for Squalor. Filtration towers. Squalor significantly decreased. That is something that we would need. 100 workforce, 20 heat demand. Significantly decreased. Definitely gonna go with significant. Yeah, let's do that. And I hope that comes in before everything goes to hell in a handbasket here. Yeah, that is still not looking too good. I mean, I can't turn really the generator off. That would be a slight issue. The whiteout is here, apparently. The stalwarts' rallies are over. The whiteout forced them to go home. That makes sense. The council is in recess. Okay. I'm not entirely sure what just happened here. Expanded logistics damaged by Squalor. Well, then let's repair that. Fine. We really need this research here to be done. From a whiteout perspective, though, we are at a negative 505. Our stockpile goes down by 505 a day. Holy shit. How long is this whiteout, though? Probably longer than our oil reserves are lasting from the looks of it. Yeah. Same with our food. That is a slight issue, not gonna lie about it. Negative 2,400. Oof. That hurts. That does hurt. I want this research here to be finished, though, please. There we go. So where can I put this bad boy now? That should be in housing. The moss filtration tower. Sure, build it. Can I build another one somewhere? Apparently, yes, here. Let's do it. What do you want? Those left behind, the whiteout. Steward. Over the howling winds of the whiteout, the pilgrims have accused the stalwarts of indoctrinating pilgrim children into their youth program. That's what you're worried about? Since the other pilgrims left, kids began leaving for the stalwarts in droves. Pilgrims assert that the stalwarts are trying to swear the children into their ranks before the pilgrim mentors return. But the stalwarts maintain that these children had been abandoned, left adrift with no role models to guide them. I lost my daughter last winter, one stalwart says. When I spoke with Abigail, well, it was like talking to my little girl again. What should we do? Should we punish the stalwarts, which worsens tolerations and the tension is slightly decreased? Or should we do nothing? There was no ill intent. I will not punish altruism. These children had been abandoned. And the trust rises slightly. Let's ask once again, Twitch chat. Looks like we are at 100% that there was no ill intent. But once again, screw the bloody pilgrims. Which the pilgrims are now down to 14% and the stalwarts are up to 17%, which is a good thing. That is a lot of raid, and I'm not too happy about it, honestly. But we have those two buildings built. I hope the squalor extremely decreased by moss filtration. So I would hope that would do something now. Boiling tension crisis. Stuart, tensions have risen to a fever pitch and threaten to tear the city apart. Angry mobs swarm the streets and the city descends into a violent free-for-all. The people have lost faith that you can rule them. That your rule can solve the many problems that plague us. The city spirals into chaos. If we do not calm tension soon, restore order, this will be the end. You must reduce tension to severe before the city falls. I mean, we are in the middle of a whiteout here. We have no oil, we have no heat, we have no shit. I'm not entirely sure there's a hell of a lot I can do here. Not until the temperature goes back up. Then we may have a fighting chance. But up until that happens, that's the end of it.
Another surge in violent rioting has been reported in the outer district. Avoid at all cost.
I mean, there's really nothing much we can do other than sit here and watch and hope that the temperature goes back up before the city falls. We have no more laws that we can bring in any way, shape, or form. Nothing new is unlocked. I mean, that's basically it. That is basically all we can do at this moment. Guess we can check out how the old Dreadnought's doing. Oh, over here, they're just chilling. Cool. That works, I suppose. Now that there's a whiteout, is there still any kind of trade going on? I mean, we can't send more. We are already sending as much oil to New London as we possibly can. And yet less bad than a local football team losing a game or winning, to be honest. We do have this food right here. Can we harvest that? During a whiteout? Maybe that will help with anything. I don't think so, but it's worth a try, I suppose. $200 froze to death? I mean, if they freeze to death, they can't riot, right? Right? Waning trust? Yeah, I'm not surprised. People no longer trust you? I will restore trust. How long do I have? 49 weeks. That should be enough. That should be enough, I believe. Come on, bring the temperature back up, stop the whiteout, and we should be fine. Trust restored. I haven't even done anything. The whiteout is still here. Cool. Just sitting here, literally doing nothing. Very, very interesting game mechanic here. Now the whiteout's over, I believe. Yeah, the whiteout is over. Okay. Let's take care of the basic needs. Right here. Right here. Right here. Didn't I just say repair? Could have sworn I did. You're still broke somehow. We are in chapter 3. I don't know how we got to chapter 3, but we are sure as hell in chapter 3. Whiteout's still a threat. You think? You think? Ice turns to steam as the whiteout wanes, but it's clear that we are far from keeping New London warm forever. The whiteouts are not gone. What we will do if the horrors of the whiteout years return, ask the stalwarts. If we want to withstand them without fear, we must improve the generator even more, and that will require a great deal of cores. Dozens. We only know of one side with so many cores. The metal roots of Winterholm's ruined generator. Our current generator will not be enough. We need to colonize Winterholm to get more cores to upgrade the generator further. Well, you didn't survive that by much. One could say so, yes. This is the second time that I almost died in this run. But also, the main point is, almost. Colonize Winterholm. Past the gorge in the Cursed Valley lies the failed city of Winterhome. Our scouts have avoided the ruins for years. Yet, without its cores, we cannot upgrade the generator to its full potential. We must reach for Winterhome and chart the area around it. We should take the time to prepare resources and workforce. Returning to Winterhome will pose significant challenges. Yeah, I had a feeling about that. You can see all this like black around here. People are still not happy. Surprise, surprise, I could have seen it coming. What is going on over here? Lack of workforce. That's what's going on over here. Ah, yeah, that's right. All the rioters froze to death. That's okay. Could have been a hell of a lot worse. Alright, first we need to chill. Need to figure out what we need to do. Disease is relatively high. Probably increased by the cold. Which should be fine though. I really don't see the problem. We have shelter, we have heating. I think that is a self-solving problem. It's just a question of time here. I mean, that's probably the reality of it. But, pressure point, Winterhome. Steward. A handful of desperate pilgrims gathered in front of the generator earlier today. One spoke to the gathering crowd as they painted themselves in oil. She detailed a different plan for Winterhome, one that would breathe a second life into the cursed land. We cannot destroy Winterhome for its cores. We must settle it. We must adapt. This is our last chance to make you hear us, Steward. So we must be loud. And with that, they set themselves alight. Alright then. Cool. Rescue teams were able to save the would-be martyrs, but our people are clearly shaken by the immolation. The stalwarts urge you to get ahead of the narrative before people are swayed to their cause. What should we do? The pilgrims may protest if relations continue to worsen. We could spin the narrative. Clearly, these are disturbed individuals. We'll help our people see that. Pilgrims' fervor is increased, and the relation with the stalwarts is good. Or we can't just ignore it. The pilgrims may gain new members. Let's ask. Twitch chat, we already have William. Damn, oil-based paints are flammable in this world. Everybody seems to be for spinning the narrative, so we are most definitely spinning the narrative. This one over here is the food district. No access to the resource deposit. Wait, what? Why? How about you do this? Will that solve your problem, maybe? What the hell is that nonsense? We're still deep in the red, though. And it's mainly by... Still squalor, but why is it so severe? I mean, of course, the generator here, but the generator itself, surplus is turned off. It is only providing as much as it should, so it shouldn't be a problem. The council hall... I mean, I really don't see a problem here. Even if I cannot even deactivate it. Huh. I'm not entirely sure what to do about this here. I guess we could take another look into the end menu and see if we can build us another... What was it called? The bloody moss filtration tower. Needs 400 workforce, though. We need more workers. We do have to take care of that first before we do anything else. We are getting our food in from here, which is good. We're also getting coal in from here still, which I'm not entirely sure is necessary. Oh, that's what that is. I was like, what is that graphical glitch? It's the whiteout that has passed over us, which is a good thing, actually. Down here, though, I mean, I really don't care about these people right here. That's not really my problem. We do need people. Maybe over here. We have materials and coal, maybe, with a little bit of luck. We can also find us another group of people that are feeling like joining us. That would be a very good thing. At the same time, we ran out of materials over here, so let's get rid of the building. Don't need it anymore. And then maybe we can plop in another pump jack or something like that. But even then, if we cannot trade more, I may just send the people back, because what are we going to do over here? Clearly the housing, the food, the material shortage, these guys over here really don't care too much about that from the looks of it, so why do anything about it? We can send more. That's the absolute max. I guess we could maybe do this here and bring a little bit more food over. To get that to a 0, might as well. This one here is actually at an equilibrium, so we should probably leave it like that. And we are also low on goods already in New London. Okay, now that this year is gone, how many people do we have? 451 workforce and 359 ones that are hurt. Can we build maybe a hospital over here? Is that a thing? Another teaching hospital? Sure. Just so we can get those people here back on their feet, and once they're back on their feet, we're gonna send them over. Should probably be a good plan in the long run. How much oil do we have left? 5.3 million. Yeah, that's plenty. More than sufficient for our needs. Let me put it that way. Some kind of building broken again, or some kind of district, better to say. Let's fix it. Also this one here, let's fix it. Other than that, looking pretty decent. How are we doing on the research? Septimus says, well, I should probably go back to sleep. Hurt my other shoulder, then got a cold that I haven't recovered from yet. Well, you should definitely recover from your cold, though. Truly. So, get to bed, Septimus. And thanks for joining. Appreciate you. And Neri is asking on Twitch, story-wise, is this supposed to be a prequel or a sequel of the events to Frostpunk 1? Ignoring last autumn, that was a prequel to all. Pretty sure this is supposed to be a sequel, if I'm not completely mistaken. Night all, despite it being 9 AM. That is how that goes sometimes, Septimus. You know, health is more important than anything. That's how it goes. What could we do here? What are sawmills doing? Gives us 170 materials. That wouldn't be too shabby, honestly. That wouldn't be too shabby. Goods factory gives us 60 goods. Requires what? 30 materials. I mean, these two are literally feeding into each other, so we should probably try to go down that route somehow. We have another option here. 30 materials and 60 goods for 400 workforce, and diseases slightly increased. We're not going to increase the squalor anymore, though. That ain't happening. I'm going to go with the Frostlanders right here. We're going to get us that goods building. That should be helpful, I hope. We do have housing. We do have food. We do have materials. We are a little bit low on goods. Let's see if we can bring that back up so we can help out with the overall trust here, hopefully. Also, law-wise, do we have anything new going on? I don't think we do. I have not seen anything being unlocked. Heat demand is decreased. Heat stamps income. Yeah, all that's good. We gotta do so much bloody research here to get our options up for our laws. But the stalwarts are struggling with workforce. Stewart, we're running low on able-bodied workers. Some stalwarts believe they have a solution to this problem. They urge you to research automated workforce factory. There's much work to be done and no workers to do it, one of their leaders says. If we do not resolve this today, then tomorrow it will become a full-blown crisis. What should we do? We could research that. We can investigate the solution and research what they want. We can try to increase our population. By promising to increase the population by 1,000, we have 60 weeks to do that. Or we can disregard the issue. Once again, asking you guys on Twitch and of course also on YouTube. Write it in chat on YouTube. Unfortunately, we don't have a fancy integration like we have at Twitch here. So yeah, if you have an opinion on the topic, feel free to write it into chat. And I will take your opinion, of course, into consideration as well. It's not like you can make the population go down much more. Oh, it can always go lower. It can definitely go lower. That shouldn't be the problem. You say you are broken due to excessive wear. Didn't I just tell you to fix it? Am I crazy? What the hell? Oh, it just took a second for the icon to disappear, but it is actually fixed. What is the problem over here? What are you? You are a... Oh, you're depleted. That's your problem. Okay. I'll let that count for this time around. It's funny because we still do have 72k right there, right beside it. So we gotta literally rip it out and rebuild the exact same thing once again, just in this one tile right here, which is stupid, but what can you do? Gunnar says back, what did I miss? Everyone died. Almost. Almost everyone died. The pilgrims are protesting. Well, bring in the fucking automatons and just crush them to death. I don't care. Steward, the pilgrims have taken to the streets in protest against growing dependence on oil and the generator. We cannot stand by and let the stalwarts further bind the city to a single point of failure. We kept silent as the whiteout endangered us all, but no more. They evidently feel they have no further recourse to make their dissent known. They deploy their tents in the middle of the district, joining them together, blocking production lines. What should we do? We can. Let me turn this here on right away. Not a view poll, of course. We can accept their demands. We can allow productive outsiders. We can repeal that. Machine-centric shifts. We can repeal that. And we can demolish one actuated heat dispatcher. Or we can further their vision and research whatever the hell they want. We can try to convince them to stop. By raising their relations to neutral to stop their protest. I don't see that happening anytime soon. Let's be very realistic here. Or we can ignore them for now. Where is the kill them all option? Looks like Twitch wants to further their vision by researching the recovery hospital, the dutiful youth, and the patrol watchtower. What does YouTube think? Any opinions on the topic on YouTube? Should we accept their demands, further their vision, convince them to stop, or ignore them for now? I'll give you guys a few seconds. Does it consume resources? I mean, I'm not entirely sure. When it says ignore for now, it says it does block production lines. So if it blocks production lines, I'm assuming that it will shut something down. Oh yeah, we are going to go ahead and we are going to tell them to shut up and we will go along with them. Due to poor relations, the pilgrims have begun to protest. They seek to change the direction you're leading the city in. Production is halted in affected districts. There we have it. For every 1,000 of their supporters, they will spread to another one over time. You can negotiate to enter disruptions or quell them with guards. It will be more difficult and more violent the higher the fervor of protesters. Nullifying their fervor will also prevent them from blocking the district fully, as well as ultimately make the protest collapse on its own. Okay. Counter-protest. The other faction will engage in counter-protest starting the collapse of the current disturbance. I cannot negotiate. And I cannot squash them because we would need 24 guard squads. And we only have 15. I guess my only option is to counter-protest. Let's see what happens, I suppose. There is a bunch of stuff that we need to research, though, and we only have how much time for that? Doesn't really tell me. We have 74 weeks for the automated workforce factory, and it does not say how much we have here. Looks like this here is going down from red to white. I can't just assume that's a good thing. Let's see what happens when it's all the way down. I'm assuming then the protest is over and we're golden and we don't have to do a damn thing. Is it even moving? I don't see nothing. Looks like the problem is solved. But members abandoned the stalwarts. Steward, in the face of more fervent faction, some stalwarts have decided to desert their counter-protest and leave the faction altogether. We didn't sign up to fight crazy militants, said one deserter. Violence will not change our city for the better. It seems not all the stalwarts were up to the task. Be wary of whom you send to counter-protest in the future. Okay. Not like I chose anyone personally, but... 317 have left these stalwarts. But where did they go? Did they then go over to the pilgrims or what? Well, I guess I don't care too much, because at the end of the day, if nothing else, we at least crushed that protest. So that should be okay. Okay, so far so good. Also, apparently the counter-protest got rid of the 3 research things that they wanted us to do, so that's even better. Very, very good. So we can then focus on the automated workforce factory. But we still have 20 weeks and 2 days left on the current research. I guess we will see how it goes over here with our newly founded, what is it called? Hospital. We still have 224 sick, but I hope that should solve itself very soon. We cannot build another hydraulic pump check. And if we go back out here, I'm supposing all the way over here. Oh, no, that's the graveyard that we just unlocked, or unlocking as we speak. 4 weeks and 5 days left to chart. Because I don't really know exactly where they want us to go next. I mean, all it says is find the winter home in ruins. So we basically just need to uncover all of those plots right here and see where exactly winter home is hiding. Could be anywhere here. I at least have no idea where it's at. I guess we will find out. What's going on in New London again? They want something from me every 2 minutes. It's crazy. Pass to power. For the city's safety. Steward. The Pilgrims' protest has terrified many in the city. Many are calling for a response from the council. The captain limited the steward's powers, but he couldn't have foreseen the dissent. Maybe the time has come to increase our leader's authority for the safety of the city. Several proposals have been suggested that would help us deal with the protests. It's up to you to decide if we will place them on the agenda. Well, sure, take me to the council and let's see what the hell you want from me. Allow productive outsiders voting on. Okay. What am I going to do in the screen now? Nothing. Ah. They wanted to vote on a new law, but it failed. I see what happened there. Apparently I missed that part. Didn't say that though, nowhere. It just says take me to the council. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, other than this new building that we need, I mean, we are still low on materials though. That's what we wanted to do now, remember? We wanted to build us another extraction district, which we can't do because we are lacking the workforce, or we have lacked the workforce up until a second ago, so that works. Works just in our favor. We get as much out of here as we can before we need to move on to the next thing. And I think it was right here, if I'm not mistaken. There should be a bunch more materials right here. We're first going to empty this one here out. Shouldn't take that long because there's not that much here. Once we have it, we will keep on going. I cannot even turn the speed up. I turned the speed up to 3 times and immediately another pop-up. What do you want, Davy Evans 39, a shopkeeper who is bandaging his fists? Alright? The steward called on us. There was a time I thought we could all get along, but then they threatened the city, our city, and that's when I saw them for what they are. Firebrands and criminals. The steward called on us, and we heeded the call. If not for us stalwarts, who will stop these filthy pilgrims? Following the stalwarts' counter-protest against the pilgrims, both factions are radicalized. That is how that usually goes, I'm not surprised. Yeah, but both of them are not too happy, apparently. They're still devoted, though, and these are still hostile. Even the Frostlanders are hostile now. And now the New Londoners are neutral. Alright then, I guess. So basically, the Frostlanders and the New Londoners swapped their allegiance. Can I turn it up to 3 times speed now to get some research done? That would be amazing, not gonna lie.
The price of gruel has been reduced this week only.
They're still running on 3 times speed. I'm highly surprised that they're not yelling at me already. There we go. Speaking of the devil, shouldn't have said anything. Here's Werner Watts, 41, an inventor. Building a pet cat. Oh my god. The elders will love this little guy in the care facility. A mechanical cat that wants for nothing in return. Doesn't need to be fed, doesn't need to be cleaned, but gives eternal attention and love. At least as long as the steel doesn't rust. Perhaps I will cover it with seal fur to encourage paths. Not that it needs them. I'll name him Buster. He set the city on course towards the Progress Cornerstone. Cool. But let's get the research done. We just gained 2,800 people. That's a good thing. Let's check out our research once again. We are heating, advanced coal mines, advanced pump jacks. Advanced pump jacks, what are you doing? 180 oil output for 600 workforce. Not right this moment. Generator upgrade 3. Hyperdrive regulator. Central energy calculating processes on the fly. Oil yields more heat. Overdrive is safer and more efficient. 40 cores. Where am I going to get 40 cores from? Probably from Winterhome, don't I? That's actually wholesome as fuck. I know, right? Prefabs factories. Where are those automated factories? Yeah, that's what we need. Have you played Once Human before? Looks okay, free game. I have it downloading. No, I have not played Once Human before. I've heard of it. I've seen it on Steam, obviously, and I've also heard of it. I've seen a couple of YouTube videos and stuff. No, I have not tried it myself. Not at all. A nice reprieve from all the harsh politics and suffering. Robocat. If in doubt, Robocat. That's right. 1,600 workforce. 30 oil. Squalor is significantly increased. I guess we're gonna research this. That doesn't mean we have to build it, though. Doesn't mean we have to build it.
Newcomer outsiders, be reminded. To maintain your residency rights, you must remain productive at all times.
Let me see here. There we go. Okay, let me check it out. There's nothing else we can research. There is nothing else we can do in the council. Nothing that makes sense, at least. We cannot get this here done. We cannot get this here done. Even though I would really like to get it done, but there's just no way. The trust is not high enough. How do we get our trust higher? Support. Yeah, it is a problem to balance these factions out here. I mean, I would just say best way would be, but I haven't found a way to do it yet, is to basically screw one faction over, for example, those goddamn pilgrims, and be on good footing with everybody else, but even that doesn't seem to work out the way it should. Marginally decreased by recently rushed research. That was at the very, very beginning of this stream. 2.5 hours ago. What do you mean? That was recently. How long does it take for it to go away? Like, what the what? We do have crime, though. Extremely increased by population size. We do have a very high population size. There's no question about it. We probably should go ahead and research some kind of prison or something to bring down our crime as soon as this year is done. The automated workforce will shut up the stalwarts, and after that we need to go for some kind of prison. Something that brings down the crime. We have now the squalor under control, but the crime is still a massive issue. Extraction district, we wanted to build us one. So let's make it happen. Well, that will actually mess with these guys right here. Let's hold off on these two. Let's see if we can do it like this. There we go. That should give us plenty of resources in. We also need more housing while we are speaking of it. There should be space here, right? Yeah, plenty of space. Let's just increase the housing along here quite drastically while we're at it, because why wouldn't we? That should help. From watching you play, now I see where the complaints are coming from, but I still find the sequel a fair one. Beer, you mentioned there was performance issues. Is it gone? Or at least better now? I mentioned there's performance issues. During this stream? No? I mean, you can see my FPS at all times up here on the top left. It's saving right now. So that's probably the worst time to talk about it, but it saves every week or whatever. I'm not entirely sure how often it saves. Way before the stream? During my last stream, maybe? I can't really remember. I'm pretty sure I have everything on basically high. Let me check my graphics right here. I mean, I'm running on DLSS. I have the frames actually limited to 120, so... I mean, there's no point in running any more than that. Ultra high, ultra high, ultra high. I mean, everything's either on ultra high or a couple of things are apparently on high. Which I apparently missed to turn up. But I really don't see any problems. Mention the performance issues on beta for this game? Maybe I mentioned it because I read it. Because I didn't play the beta. Or the... Yeah, I didn't play the beta when it came out. I may have read something or heard something about it, maybe watched a YouTube video about it, and I mentioned that on stream, but I personally couldn't have experienced that because I didn't play the beta. But I probably have heard something about it because people were complaining a lot about the beta. A lot. But here we have Hiram Townsend, who is a trapper, 39 years old. He's sparring with a baby seal. Sorry, little one. I had to take your mother, it was her time, but you're too small for my pile now. Would be a shame to deprive you of your life for so little meat. Go on, back in the water with you. One day we'll meet again, and I'll spare your children as I've spared you today. Too kind of you, Mr. Townsend. Too kind of you. So benevolent? That's right, Krivak. That is right.
Beware of frostbite. Keep your face and ears covered.
Not a true Londoner? That's right. That's fucking right. A true Londoner would have killed that thing in a heartbeat and just threw the entire carcass back into the sea. In any case, I'll give this game a try once I'm done with Final Fantasy 16. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. Again, I enjoy the game. I mean, I'm not gonna lie about it. I don't give a shit about the reviews. I'm giving you my opinion. I don't have a problem with it. That's simple. It is a little bit different than Frostpunk 1, but I'm enjoying it. I didn't hear a single C word either. Wait, what? I don't get that. If only real-life governments were as thoughtful about housing. I know, right? I am really thoughtful about housing, am I not? Can I build this here somewhere? No? No space? Nowhere? Damn it. We once again ran out of housing space. Let's solve that problem for as long as possible at once. How are we doing? Have we now discovered this graveyard area? Yes, we have 2 areas. The Old Empire. The wreck of a mighty freighter marked with the colors of the Old Empire. It is the only wreck we see facing away from and not towards the coast. It seems to have collided with another vessel and partially sunk, but fortunately enough remains above the surface to be salvaged. An outpost here could increase our supply by 200 materials until its deposit of 2.44 million materials is depleted. It's a lot of wood. Or, in this case, a lot of material, I suppose. What do we have here? The Royal Navy relocated a wrecked ship lodged on its side encased in a massive block of ice, the HMS Atalanta, barely legible on the aft starboard hull. We are unable to get inside, but we found a jagged hole into the engine room. It was full of coal and not much else. The place made our scouts quite uneasy. We noticed that our compasses were behaving erratically in the vicinity of the wreck. Probably best not to linger here. We can take the coal, which gives us 50,000, which we don't need because our stockpile is full to the brim. Currently we don't need coal. We will come back later. And here we have an exclamation point that we already looked at earlier. So preferably we should try to connect the trail right here. Can we do so? And if so, how? Can I connect it to here? And then to here? And then to here? No? I guess that should count, right? Because it is technically connected to here, which already has a trail that goes through. But that should be enough, supposedly. Well, then let's make that happen, if nothing else. And now we also have those 300. I guess we could do that now. It cost us 1,200 workforce and on top of everything else. But screw it, we're gonna make it happen. I just want to see what we get out of this bad boy right here. And how that will improve our city. Just curious. Just a little curious. Alright, they should be arriving here any second. Especially when we go to 3 times speed, that shouldn't be a problem at all. Okay, they're here, and nothing changes?
Please do not pilfer moss from the towers. It is crucial to the air filtration process.
Please do not pilfer moss from the towers. Oh god. Too good. Too good. Could we build another one of those anywhere? I don't even know in what district. We built 2 of them right beside each other right there, and that's it. I can't build a 3rd one anywhere in this damn city? That's crazy. I misheard that as moss. That would be even funnier. But the stalwarts are back and rallying. Sure, bring on the workforce. Bring on the workforce, good sirs and madams. What resources do we have here? Oh, that's a food. That's a problem. Do not pilfer moss. Those are our emergency rations. That's right. I mean, we are sending food. 100 food, as a matter of fact, from right here to New London. Which we really need. The moment this here runs out, we're gonna be slightly in trouble because that's negative 48 right there. That is an issue. That is in fact an issue. That one here is already expanded. That one here is already expanded. We need another food source, and we need it soon. I guess material-wise, we could grab those two right here. I said earlier I don't want to do that because it has a negative side effect for those two housing districts right here, but you know what, screw it, at the end of the day, something's gotta give. You can't make everything perfect. Now that I think about it, where does all the oxygen in this game comes from? Do seals not give food? Yes, so we are already slaughtering seals. Lots of seals are being slaughtered, Kribak. And to Gunnar's question, in this game here, the oxygen is actually included. So, it just comes right out of the box. Do not comply is here. Is what up? What up, do not comply? Welcome to the stream. Here there's a forbidden source of food in the towers. I told you, leave the moth alone, damn it. Oh yeah, the surplus, not the surplus, the goods. We need the goods. Where do we get those from? Not the logistics bay. Salvaging factory gives prefabs and goods. Increases disease drastically. We have a dock for that. Refurbished goods. 60 goods. Disease goes up. Requirements 30 materials. We have that. Yeah, we're gonna plop one of those in. Right. Oxygen included indeed. Every game... Okay, here's the rules. Every game that is not oxygen not included is oxygen included. That's how that works. Neri on Twitch says oxygen is included, but the oil biome is locked behind democracy. That's right. Oh god. The truth is also, though, now that this pass here has been built, we are shipping 200 materials over to New London. That's good. That's very good, as a matter of fact. On the downside of it, though, we have only 5 Frostland teams available, because 20 are in the abandoned mine, 5 are in the fishing village, and 10 are in the Imperial Freighter. The abandoned mine. Let me check out our coal supply here real quick. I mean, we have the stockpile completely full. Why don't we stop this one here? We turn it off, and we get 20 teams back. And we can actually do more research. Like, for example, over here. Many scouts will be injured. That is how that goes sometimes. I can't help you with that. Let's do it. Star Wars demands met. Good. Very good. Words is here over on Twitch. Says, how goes the Frostpunking? Frost pumpkin pie baking? Wait, what? Oh god. It's going pretty well. We just, like in the first stream, almost died during the first whiteout, but we just ignored that. That never happened. We're fine. Totally fine. We are nowhere near New West Virginia. Mothman can't get us here. Oh god. What is happening? Oh no. Yeah, over here we are almost running out. Didn't we have this other building? What is it called? Also, just because it's October doesn't excuse pumpkin puns. I agree. 100%. I agree. We had this... Where is that building that we researched? Right here. The Carrion Coal Liquefactor needs 1 core, and we don't have a core. We do need a bloody core. I see. I see. What can we do here again? I mean, we can improve the Frostlanders and the Pilgrims relation. That's probably a good idea. Let's make that happen real quick. They're so unhappy about us anyway. Doing them at least that favor really doesn't cost us anything. Should be a good thing, I would assume. There we go. But the fervor weakens with the stalwarts. Steward, you have kept stalwarts on good terms for a long time as your relation flourished. Their leaders have gone out of their way to appease some agitated members of their faction. We wish to keep the current state of our city, said one of them. We do not need instigators among our ranks. Good. That's how it should be. Okay, we get our 5 back. If we dismantle this here, we get 300 prefabs. The tension is slightly increased. I think we can afford a little bit of tension right now, can't we? We can most definitely once we get this research here done in the city. What can we do here to help out? Not maintenance, housing block. What can we do here? 20 shelter, 20 heat demand. None of this here is really helping me with my crime problem, does it? What do we have here? Unproductive do maintenance. All do maintenance. Materials demand is significantly decreased. Materials demand is slightly decreased, and the production efficiency is also slightly increased. Huh. Questionable. I mean, we could go... I mean, the production efficiency is slightly decreased and slightly increased. Just as good as significantly decreased? I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I don't think we have a big issue, so to speak, with materials. So I think we're going to go with the stalwarts in this one. Still not going to be helpful, but at least it only takes 15 weeks, so that should be done in absolutely no time. Still, doesn't help with our problem against the crime, though. But I hope at least it will unlock more in our research tree. That's why I'm researching that, in case you're wondering. Because again, we are trying to get the crime down, but it doesn't really happen that way right this moment. Because we have nothing unlocked that we can use for that. How about you fix this building? Why is there no auto-fixing? Maybe that will be now done, that we have some maintenance here. And I don't have to click it every time something happens. What's going on? The pilgrims are protesting again. You gotta be kidding me. Stewart, the pilgrims have decided to protest your rule. This city is changing, and for the worse. We present a list of demands, tend to them, and we will disperse, said one of their leaders. But if you refuse to change course on those, let us strive to create an invulnerable society that can withstand the worst cold. They will keep protesting until you respect their demand, further their vision of the city, or force them to disperse. Are you telling me letting all the criminals freeze to death didn't help? I think a couple of them may have accidentally survived from the looks of it. Definitely a problem on my end, but we can either convince them to stop or ignore them for now. I guess it doesn't make really a difference. Have rallies and protests in the city at the same time. Yay, that's an achievement to go for, I guess. Can we do anything about this here? Can we squash them again? I mean, last time around it didn't end too well, but fuck it. We will see what happens, I suppose, at the end of the day. All this red here, by the way, is just turned off buildings in case you were not here when that happened. That is not a bad thing. That is by design. Let's turn up the speed here, and then next pop-up. New Londoner stands against pilgrims. Oh, this time it's the New Londoners. Sure, send them all in. Send them all in. Stewart, a sizable group of New Londoners have rushed protesting pilgrims in a successful attempt to free an occupied expanded extraction district. This is critical infrastructure, one member said. We can't let those pilgrims mess with districts that are necessary for our survival. The relevant New Londoners returned to work immediately after successfully breaking up protests. Good. Very good. I like that. Definitely like to read that. Definitely more successful than the bloody stalwarts, not gonna lie. Let's bring the speed back up for the research. Okay, we're saving. And a pop-up. We have Charlotte Lee here, 39, is a nurse, getting back to work after the counter-protests. Didn't think that would be so exhilarating. The looks on those pilgrims' faces as they were running away. Who's ruling the street now, you milksops? Milksops. I can't say I've ever heard anyone tell anyone else to be a milksop. What the hell is that? Either way, though, let them hammer in their thick skulls that this city is not theirs to rule, or we will hammer it for them. Now let them come and get stitched up. I'll do a job they're not likely to forget. Following the stalwarts' counter-protests against the pilgrims, those factions are radicalized. Cool, that means we have now 3 radicalized factions. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. We still didn't unlock anything that will help us in things of crime, though. Watchtowers? Watchtowers sounds like, ooh, yes, watchtowers. 12 guards, 12 guard squads output. 100 workforce. Crime is slightly decreased. 16 guard squads. And crime is also slightly decreased. Everything decreases it just slightly. In this case here, though. Also, this one here has a heat demand, where this one here doesn't. We may have to go with the pilgrims for once. That seems to be the best thing here. Gotta love them radicalized factions. Ain't gonna bring anything bad to the table for sure. Nods. Krivak says, Milksop, a person who is indecisive or lacks courage. Did you just Google that or did you actually know that? Be honest here. No access to resources. Rip it out then. If it has no access to resources, we definitely don't need it. I Googled it. Good. I was about to say, there's no way you knew that. There's a 0% chance you knew that. Not V. V. More housing. More and more people coming. We need more housing. I've never heard it either. It's a fun word. I'm going to use it. If nothing else, it will definitely cause a hell of a lot of confusion. But yeah, I hope that the watchtowers will at least help somewhat. Somewhat. And how are we doing out here? Okay, we have now this area here. The weather station. This outpost once predicted temperature drops for Winterholm. The peak is visible for miles around. The ideal place for a beacon to help travelers reach New London, which increases the population growth. We can't connect it with a trail. By the way, when is Oktoberfest? Right now. It ends this Sunday. Here's the Winterholm Bridge. Remains of the old bridge leading to Winterholm. An ominous sign hangs from the nearest side. Only death lies beyond. Whether it was left by would-be chokers or superstitious scouts is unclear. I guess we will find out one way or another, aren't we? Launch the expedition, and let's see what we can find. As usual. Also, at the same time, can we connect this trail here, just for a good measure? I guess we can always come here and there. Costs not met. Do you have any more scouts for that? Okay. Don't have enough scouts. They first need to finish over there. Once they have that done, then we can connect that up. The last thing we need is more population. We're already low on housing. Damn it. I'm running out of space here to build more housing. This here's the end of the map, I believe. Contrary to its name, it does not happen in October. That's true. It ends in October. James says half-price times on Monday. Yes, that is how that works, probably. That is, in fact, exactly how that works. Back over here, we have a extraction district that used to mine coal. No more, though. No more coal. So we're going to rip it out, get our resources back, as well as our population, even though population is clearly not the problem here. Yours is flat. What? What? Krivak says on Twitch, BierTier on YouTube on my phone and Twitch on my computer. Ultimate support, highly optimized. That is correct. Oh, ran out of space. Yeah, apparently this world here is flat, or in this case here, we are basically in a valley, which makes probably more sense than a flat Earth, but I mean, we might as well go with the flat Earth theory at this point. What does it matter anymore? Over here, still 5.2 million oil left. We can definitely bring some people over here, though, if nothing else. If nothing else. We have plenty of workforce going on over in New London, so let's bring us 1,100. I don't know, the planet looks pretty flat when you zoom out. My god, you're right. Flat Earth confirmed. 100%. You heard it here first, boys. Oh no. Who would have thought that in the course of one stream I would go from engineer to flat earther? But here we are. Here we definitely are. Can I literally put in another one? Another hydraulic pump jack? I mean, shit, because I'm going to put in another hydraulic pump jack. Looks pretty lumpy to me. Oh god. Oh god. Lumpy. Sure. Now that we have that many people and that much resources, screw it. Blob them in there. Flat Earth is using Frostpunk to prove their theories. You should write like an article about it and actually publish it on some kind of flat earther, I don't know. Where are they hiding nowadays? Facebook probably. Flat earther Facebook page. Our output has just drastically increased. I still don't know what am I going to do with it because I still can't send it anywhere to the best of my knowledge, but better have it and not need it than need it and not have it, right? Maybe eventually we can transfer more because it does say here, with this building here, build a trail or skyway. Maybe once we can find out where and how we get the skyway, we can actually move more stuff. That's at least what I'm hoping for. And the stalwarts are here with new ideas. A new law, heat overclocking. The excess heat produced by industrial machines will be re-injected back into the machines to allow them to operate at a higher capacity. You will have 35 weeks to pass it. I mean, that sounds like a pretty good idea to me, but what does it replace if it replaces anything? I guess I will ask Twitch and YouTube. Of course, you guys are always welcome in the chat to make your voice heard. You know it. What do you think we should do with this idea of re-injecting the heat back into the machines to increase their efficiency? Last time I checked, usually you cool down machines and don't heat them up, but we just ignore that fact for right this moment. That's totally fine, totally fine. Apparently we're going to pass it. I remember back in the 90s, someone wrote an article about how the Grand Canyon was being destroyed by erosion. Is that right? Pretty sure that's precisely how that works. Yep.
Forecasts call for colder temperatures. Take action.
Any day now. Oh my god. What has this stream become? What did we do? How did we end up here? Looks like we have an infinite source of materials here. Actually, it's a deep frozen forest that requires technology. That's not going to be helpful. It's also not that we need it. We need more food, though. What I'm worried about is the food. I mean, they are making their way over here at 64%. I still want to see that, though. That's for sure. Give me more heat stamps. We have so many people. I don't know where to put them all. Literally, I don't know where to put them all. Listen to me. Don't bring me more people. God. Actually, what I should really do is first, before I build new districts, I should really go ahead and expand the ones I already have. Here, here, and here, sure. Then we can plop in another one, maybe. Just out here, all the way along the outskirts as far as we can. Like a true capitalist, forests are infinite resources. That's true. That is technically correct, yes. Like fossil fuels. 100% correct again. Infinite resources, yes. Oh, wait a second. A new building has been proposed by the Pilgrims. Well, that's the one that we just researched, and we wanted to build it anyway. That was the entire reason for researching it. Obviously. So we are going to build it. Probably not just one. Let's build one first, and then let's see what that actually does here. That makes any kind of difference.
Welcome anyone willing to learn heat suit layering and sewing methods.
The Pilgrims are sewing. Cool. Run out of oil, make more wells, problem solved. Yes, precisely how it works. I need to inform Greta Thunberg about this. No good deed unpunished. Steward, a watchtower guard is facing disciplinary action for abandoning his patrol to carry a sickly old woman to an infirmary. What? Knew something was off when I couldn't smell any oats cooking from Miss Weatherby's place. Went up to check and saw her crumpled up on the floor, explained Sergeant Savalas. This commander is clearly displeased. That's all fine, but while Savalas, I don't know how to pronounce this, was off playing medic, 2 robberies took place in the district. He's asking for Savalas' removal from the force. For abandoning his post. What are we gonna do here? How dare he help that old lady? I know, right? That sucker. Oh no. The guard should help, but the guard squad's output is marginally decreased. Or, screw the guy. We have 1 focus on crime. Old people are just a drain. I am assuming do not comply is also for, screwing the people. But Twitch is for providing help. But I feel like when I look at YouTube over here and I cannot see how many people actually voted on Twitch, I'm assuming that we probably have more people on YouTube currently saying focus on crime. I'm a true politician, say one thing, vote another. You sucker. Oh god. Oh no. I'm gonna build 2 more of those bad boys to bring that crime down. This is why I'm on Twitch, for the votes, the power. Need more slums. I hate old people. Help the old people. Krivak for office. Instant. I don't care what office. Just give the man an office, damn it. But apparently the 3 guard towers are helping. At least from what I can tell. And if the Pilgrims ever rise up again, we will squash them. Instantly. With our 63 guard squads. So I guess that's a positive side effect. Those suckers can shove it now. Let's expand. Expand. You're not a real manager, you would have expected a guard house to do both, and also cut hours. Very true. Very true. Hey, you also forgot to decrease these hourly wage. What else can we do here? Oh yeah, that's now done. Now we can take a peek here. The Dreadnought Husk. The Curse of Winterhome. An ancient, empty dreadnought hull towers over the flat snow. Our scouts met some people living in shelters on the leeward side, who claimed the mighty machine was stripped clean long before they arrived. The people have asked us to take them to New London, if only so they can be further away from the ruins of Winterhome. Everyone who goes there comes back with a cough that only worsens, one of the camp leaders said. Stay away. How many frost limbs do we have here? 2,000? I will be back later to check out the main thing. The ruins of Winterhome. Winterhome has a cursed history. A series of corrupt leaders pushed the city's generators beyond its limits. At last, a competent captain took charge. But by then, the generator had been permanently damaged and doomed to explode. The city's people had no choice but to gather all they could to nearby Dreadnought and take their chances in the Frostland. Rumor has it that the ruins still hold valuable resources, but our scouts avoid the site, fearing toxic gases leaking from the fissure in the ground and ghosts that wail through the night. This place is dead, we should move on or explore it. Of course, we will have to explore it. For that, we will need to connect the paths, apparently. So, I would say let's start right here and connect this trail right here. Can we do that easily? Can I just bring it here and there? Does that count already? I guess now it counts. And then I can't just bring this one here into right there. Gas is only toxic for those who breathe out. In the normal circumstances, I would save the old people, but this is a survival situation. That's right. Begrudgingly raise wages to slightly over minimum wage, but don't pay breaks, so it's a net loss. Alright. I think we did very well today, honestly. It is just after 10 o'clock. I think that is a good time to stop here. We survived the whiteout, barely. But we did survive. At the end of the day, that is what matters. Our city here is really well, other than food, and I hope we find food soon. We are at a nice surplus on basically everything. The one thing that I wanted to build earlier and still haven't built is this factory right here. Or did I build it? I feel like I built it. There's no way that I built it, though. Which one was it? This one right here? I believe it was this one right here. But I can't even build. Fascinating. I guess we need another industrial district here at some point. Can probably plop that in real quick, because if I don't do it right now, until we play it next time, I will have forgotten about it. I know that for a fact. So let's just plop it on here, maybe. Wherever it fits. So that's built, and that's good. Can you reuse the dead as food? I hope we get to that point. I honestly do. Not even gonna lie about it. Not even lying. We have pharmaceuticals right here. Let's also start a quick research before we call it quits for today. What do we have here? The crime is now under control. Youth. What are we going to do with youth? Liberated youth. Trust rises slightly. Percentage of active workers is increased. Crime is slightly decreased. I mean, sure, we can always use more workers, right? Chat is even darker than the game. I mean, I would argue that's how it's supposed to be. That is how it's supposed to be. If chat is not as dark as the game, where's the fun?
Report any suspicious behavior.
But yeah, other than that, I think we are looking pretty well. We can definitely continue this playthrough right here. There's nothing stopping us. Everything is going better than expected. And definitely much better than we deserve. Let's be very real. But yeah. I would say we will continue this year, maybe next week at some point, because I do want to finish this game. I'm definitely going to finish this game on stream. There's either one way or another. We're either going to die a horrible death at some point, or we're going to finish it and be victorious. But we will finish this game on stream. That is for sure. But yeah, once again, guys, thank you very much for joining tonight. Truly appreciate it. And yeah, I don't know yet. I do have a work event going on Saturday. I don't know how long that will take. Depending on how long that takes, that will depend on if I'm going to be streaming or not. Chances are extremely high that if I'm streaming, it will be later than normal. So just so you're aware. But yeah, I'll keep you updated. Of course, as always, the first people to know are always the people on Discord. But that is all I have for you today. And with that, I say thank you and peace.